Oh, snap. Check, check. Check, check. Check, check. Test, test, test. I need y'all to check, 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 check. Check, check. Yeah. I need y'all too. I need y'all.
Big cookie. I need y'all.
too.
More than anything else, man, I need y'all's truth. I need y'all.
Too.
But if you gonna be with him, then there's some things you gotta do. I need y'all.
Too.
More than anything else, man, I need y'all's truth. I need y'all.
Too.
But if you gonna be with him, then there's some things you gotta do. They saying, I need him, you need him to seek him. That the bar is like a sharp sword, it how you leaking. I take the words off the page and make them come through the speakers and leave you on your knees, praying hard like them fake deacons. You say you won't repent, it's better turn right and seek him. Cause he's the type that don't forgive, you know he coming for vengeance. Yahushua live plain, there's no excuse if you didn't. Better dive in the water, get immersed in repentance. Generation of Nakash, who did warn you to flee from the wrath that is sure to come. Christianity, you had your trick, yeah, you a dupe. Cause you're cutting down the tree that don't bring forth fruit. If you still got breath, well, you got a chance. Cause it won't be long till he come back to this land. Make sure when he come back that you're in his arms, so he can take you in the mouth, coop like wheat in his barn. I need y'all.
Too.
More than anything else, man, I need y'all's truth. I need y'all.
Too.
But if you gonna be with him, then there's some things you gotta do. I need y'all.
Too.
More than anything else, man, I need y'all's truth. I need y'all.
Too.
But if you gonna be with him, then there's some things you gotta do. I had to tell you once again, now this your second witness. I'm still fighting against sin, I'm on my Ruach fitness. And with this fighter, I'm now, you know I'm fighting daily. Gotta prep to make it to the mark if you gon' make it, baby. And when I said I sold my soul, it came with warranty. I can make some repairs as long as Ra I wanted me. I had to make it plain and give you what you understand. What knoweth the east, except the things of a man. A lot of folks say they need Yah, but I need him the mostest. I'm drawing closer to the sun like a solar solstice. I know you think it S-U-N, but I mean to Ben Yahushua is the door, and that's the only way to make it in. It's eternal life to know him, that's what I believe. So when I take my last breath, my soul he will receive. Don't take my word for it, look at what is written. So when Yahushua crack the clouds, you can say it finished.
Big cookie.
Your time's up, you know it's too late. What's it gonna be? You know it's too late when the Mac is on top of D. Your time's up, you know it's too late. What's it gonna be? You know it's too late when the Mac is on top of D. Your time's up, you know it's too late. What's it gonna be? You know it's too late when the Mac is on top of D. Your time's up, you know it's too late. What's it gonna be? You know it's too late when the Mac is on top of D. Decision, tell me which one you picking. I still gon' still be your problem. Yahushua, what can't fix it? You're gambling with your soul, only got one. Why would you risk it? He's executing his law, no more passes for take your ticket. Admission for one is Shama, Yima, Shio. One is made for the humble, the other for those with egos. Not humble under y'all like Yahushua was, and we know all things under his feet. Even the death we feel but must go. Just like the planted seed that we don't see until the star go. Only down for a season. In the end, they'll let you break for to break free from the ground. Need all the strength that you can muster to grow up this Shamayim. Hayat that leaves the trees on mustards. But watch the time. Your time's up, you know it's too late. What's it gonna be? You know it's too late when the Mac is on top of D. Your time's up, you know it's too late. What's it gonna be? You know it's too late when the Mac is on top of D. Your time's up, you know it's too late. What's it gonna be? You know it's too late when the Mac is on top of D. Your time's up, you know it's too late. What's it gonna be? You know it's too late when the Mac is on top of D. I Only got one shot, time's about to expire. Our situation was critical, but now it's getting dire. So I gotta seek a Yahushua for my lifeline. Without him I'm stuck in chaos, but with him my life is sublime. I'll take the things I suffer in exchange to give me pleasure. He'll do the same for you, but you gotta keep it letter and do the thing willingly, because the those that give rewards is Shamayim or Shio. But the choice is yours, better play with Jordan. But not my Yahushua for real, homie, don't play that. He left a space for repentance, but he's on his way back to executing judgment according to what was way back written for us to learn. Wait for his promise, no we ain't slack, cuz your time's up, you know it's too late. What's it gonna be? You know it's too late when the Mac is on top of thee. Your time's up, you know it's too late. What's it gonna be? You know it's too late when the Mac is on top of thee. Your time's up, you know it's too late. What's it gonna be? You know it's too late when the Mac is on top of thee. Your time's up, you know it's too late. What's it gonna be? You know it's too late when the Mac is on top of thee.
Your time's up, you know it's too late. What's it gonna be? You know it's too late when the Mac is on top of thee. Your time's up, you know it's too late. What's it gonna be? You know it's too late when the Mac is on top of thee.
Marvelous Jackson.
Hands are raised, your Hoover tune. Give them all a break. Now put your hands up, hands up. Keep your hands raised. Now put your hands up, hands up. Keep your Hoover break. Yahoo, won't you kill more? Keep your hands raised. If you know your Hoover too, then just give them all a break. Now put your hands up, hands up. Keep your hands raised. Now put your hands up, hands up. Keep your Hoover break. I've been down a lot of years with your hootie click, but time doesn't excuse me from what my duty is. I stay grinding, stay focused, stay minded. I ain't joking, I'm finding what the amount of your Hoover is. And I love it, I a hobby, yes it's changing me. Didn't see a vision, no cause so nobody came to me. Just was sick and tired of my life, was living dangerously. Now his word is plain to me, guess it made a man of me. Look what I became to be, I'm walking the right. This is years of consistency, it wasn't overnight. Had a lot of bumps and bruises, stairs I falling down flights. But Yahushua heal my wounds and I am grateful for life. I am grateful for life, Kaidas in this bazaar. So as long as I live, I will give Tahallah. To Yahuwah through his being Yahushua HaMashiach, the Abba and Shamash. If you feel me, reach for the stars. Yahudim, won't you kill more? Keep your hands raised. If you know Yahuwah too, then just give them all a praise. Now put your hands up, hands up. Keep your hands raised. Now put your hands up, hands up. Give Yahuwah praise. If you know Yahuwah too, put them up, put them up. You have clothes, you have food, get them up, get them up. If you know he's a provider, he's the truth and not a liar. Need him to lead and to guide you, get them up, get them up. Round two, let's go again, get it in the booth. Like it's harvest time the years, and you know how we do. It's required to appear at least twice in a year. Out of town, and if the nearest town, we show up and prove. It just ain't lip service, gotta put in work every day. I'm on the nice in your stance, it ain't just about what you say. Hey, gotta give up praises to my ruler and maker, to Yahuwah creator. My lifestyle and behavior, plus line up with the pages. That's what's written in Qatar. No small talk, this is major. It's about my defiance. Keep it real, keep it trill, keep it about 100 stacks. If your hand is to the plow and you don't plan on looking back, Yahuwah, won't you kill more? Keep your hands raised. If you know Yahuwah too, then just give them all a praise. Now put your hands up, hands up. Keep your hands raised. Now put your hands up, hands up. Give Yahuwah praise. Yahudim, won't you kill more? Keep your hands raised. If you know Yahuwah too, then just give them all a praise. Now put your hands up, hands up. Keep your hands raised. Now put your hands up, hands up. Give Yahuwah praise.
I don't know where you heard this, but basically this is something that you don't really know about. Yahoo was a boy, riding with a gun, and I'm treading water
like Lua, in pursuit of the Ruah. Don't know how y'all gon' use you, be versatile as a shoebox. Don't count me out, and even if it seems I'm on the rocks. Y'all gave me whipping, not know one day Jada kiss and pop. So journey, can't slide in with the group just like the locks. See Karen draw horn in the book, y'all please don't get the blind. Repeat this process daily, I must be going crazy. May not be much to you, but superhero to my babies. Guess it's part of my purpose, ain't searching for my purpose. I'm your who was serving, name me something more worthy. Let me take it more further, ain't serving y'all, you worthless. Did I do that? Yeah, you can call me Cam Irvin. Y'all gave me tunnel vision, ooh, this tunnel vision. Cut you off so quick, don't know what happened, got you dizzy. Got my phone ringing, trying to check me how I'm living. Beat up on the couch, watching TV, way too busy. Guess it's like that's your hootie. Don't come against the rulers and get together, we grew up. Act like I never knew you. It ain't hard, I can prove it. Tell me I'm always on duty. Left you in the space, the same color as the movies. Check my war wounds, I'm a strike, said the way, yeah. Never been the street, nigga, that bowling way, I'm down the route. Over where we reside, take the next quote as a favor. Snatch up with these little ones, there's no way you could evade us. Turn and look at your neighbor, tell them it's time to wake up. Snap that collection plate up, no leave it, I'm just playing. Our people need direction, our people need identity. Sisters try to be whole, they kill each other, no empathy. Undermine our cohesion, let's synergy the enemies. Just a correlation, they're serving the wrong entity. Lovers, so we can't find it while women cut on their body. Can't even adore your natural role. No, you were not a hottie. No, you were not a hottie. Who told you this was valid? How you expect to take it serious? You're showing all your privates. Shoes say right now, dress say first night. Ain't nothing about your attire will tell a man for life. Lovers, so we can't find him. I mean, it's gangster disciples. Woman all in the street, you left the home without a pilot. Glorify like we're rappers. Who told you this was valid? Tell you bust your gun, but they just spinning, tossing salad. Getting stuck up like a javelin, hit high notes like a ballad. You clearly see the agenda they've been pushed into you. Yelling, raise my son to be your husband, my daughter to be your wife. If you telling me something different, I tell you what way to life. I never felt that as normal, on that I went to some money. If I could ask you one question, why you niggas so demonic? Attempting to shake to make a change the way that he created. I see your intelligence vacant, how you gon' shake up to make it? If you think I'm tired of serving, I don't know where you heard this. Well, basically this is something that you don't really know about me. Yahoo was a boy, ride to the God. Got my head up, screaming Yahoo. I'm reppin' it, yeah. I'm reppin' it, yeah. I'm reppin' it, yeah. I'm reppin' it, hootie. I'm reppin' it, yeah. I'm reppin' it, yeah. I'm reppin' it, yeah. I'm reppin' it, hootie.
Well, basically, this is something that you don't really know about me.
Chrissy, oh!
Yeah.
You wouldn't understand why I say it, you couldn't comprehend if I told it to you. Put my all into so I can be set free. No fucks on hold, no backup plans, man. I got no plan B. I got no plan B. I got no plan B. No plan B. I got no plan B. No plan B. I got no plan B. No plan B. I got no plan B.
I'm playing it rooted, grounded, settled in your who's word. Ain't turn around for nobody, can't give a F what you heard. Know what my abba want, a sweet smelling aroma. Build up my armor knot till I got anal glaucoma. I can't see my ass going back to Rasha ways. So I call what I've been taught, so my nefasha raised from the grave. Keep my lob in the right place. So when y'all see Sathon, I slam dunk in that devil face. Got my hand to the plow like a farmer do. Like a judge in the courtroom, y'all honor you. Ain't no looking back, is each gon' take a stand? I'm pressing forward toward the mark, I don't need no backup plan, nigga.
You wouldn't understand why I say it was you couldn't comprehend if I told it to you. Put my all into so I can be set free. No fucks on hold, no backup plans, man. I got no plan B. I got no plan B. I got no plan B. No plan B. I got no plan B. No plan B. I got no plan B. No plan B. I got no plan B.
Alright, I give a lot of y'all for he riding me. with this Ruach HaKodesh, he behind me. Now it's the Ruach HaKodesh that disease is seeking to let abide in me. Ain't got no option B. Too many examples set before me, in fact, that's all I see. From Kazun, you heard me all the way back to Badashi. Let me be found worthy, I'll be, won't you keep my feet? When tribulations come against me, I sure don't want to be weak. Ooh, I ain't got time to be caught up in no inquisitions. I'm on a mission, my heart been cut, circumcision, precise incision. And look here, might I mention, to be delivered is my intentions after I lead a living.
You wouldn't understand why I serve you. You couldn't comprehend if I told it to you. Put my all into so I can be set free. No fucks on hold, no backup plan, man. I got no plan B. I got no plan B. I got no plan B. No plan B. I got no plan B. No plan B. I got no plan B. No plan B. I got no plan B.
Better understand me. Used to love Perry, Georgia, but they no longer my family. It's the ones who make the sacrifice to you. Who would they plead? From the gun to the Benny. My Miss Bacardi's heart between the opinion. You gon' make my makeup on me. What they need from me? Finally listen to your mommy. Like lemonade, no sugar. Her required taste. Compulsory consumption. This the CEO who will face. I'm headed to the register. Done with all my shopping. You can't call nobody. Lovers don't forget me, Scantron turned in. And I made haste classmates scrunch space, cause all my answers choice A. I got no plan B.
You wouldn't understand.
Said I got no plan B.
You couldn't comprehend if I told it to you. Put my all into so I can be set free. No fucks on hold, no backup plans, man. I got no plan B. I got no plan B. I got no plan B. No plan B. I got no plan B. No plan B, I got no plan B. No plan B, I got no plan B.
You know what? I don't care that you broke your own.
What the book telling? Got my device to arrest. Built a team of overcomers, man. Show us some respect. Only y'all did run it, and you know this. You see it, otherwise you ain't lying. Well, show me. What the book telling? Got my device to arrest. Built a troop of overcomers, man. Show us some respect. Only y'all did run it, and you know that. You see it, otherwise you ain't lying. Well, show me. Let the book do all the talking. Preacher got me fake walking. Eternal goals. Head is Barbie. What's the goal? Make it flawless. Watch me walk with it. Walk with it, walk with it. He just lost with it. False with it, dog. Yeah. Hook body really. Tolerate the tilling. Pride got his hands on the keys like they tell me. Illuminate my sight. Georgia power can't fight. It came to elevate my height. Call me Cam Cartwright. Send a Russell Bolton to the other side of Yardie. Got me through the wilderness. These temple wolves that starve me. Like around the pine at the same time I'm balling. Sitting atop the east. Who said the hell calling? What the book telling? Got my device to arrest. Built a team of overcomers, man. Show us some respect. Only y'all did run it, and you know this. You see it, otherwise you ain't lying. Well, show me. What the book telling? Got my device to arrest. Built a troop of overcomers, man. Show us some respect. Only y'all did run it, and you know this. You see it, otherwise you ain't lying. Well, show me.
You know that Yahoo didn't run it. Under the chief general, you can play games with him if you want. That's your fill the road. He'll cut off out your family, all that piss in the know. There's a lot of things you won't see coming, but this here you'll know. You've been told he'll be coming back. So where your manners at? Bow down to your holy and shook her like you scared to death. Offspring of Satan bet. Taste mood you wager that can't be redeemed. No place in bets. Beat the ass and break your
What the
neck.
book telling? Got my device to arrest. Built a team of overcomers, man. Show us some respect. Only y'all did run it, and you know that. You see it, otherwise you ain't lying. Well, show me. What the book telling? Got my device to arrest. Built a troop of overcomers, man. Show us some respect. Only y'all did run it, and you know that. You see it, otherwise you ain't lying. Well, show me. The bar trio, black and ducker, got me on the like Shredder. Now if I trade this world, they're gonna lie me like a checker. Passing my your devil fussing, gonna get it right. They still don't understand me, head scratching like some lights. Yo, who should work in sight? Said a lot, short time. He got straight to the point. How you think he in the line? Draw me with the crown and clear my record as a felon. I'm at the way of y'all to figure what the book telling, what the book telling. Got my defiance to rest. Built a team of overcomers, man. Show us some respect. Only Yahoo didn't run it, and you know this. You see it otherwise, you ain't lying. Well, show it. What the book telling, got my defiance to rest. Built a troop of overcomers, man. Show us some respect. Only Yahoo didn't run it, and you know that. You see it otherwise, you ain't lying. Well, show it.
Nigga like me, man. I love the game. I love the hustle, man. Be feeling like one of them ball playing niggas, you know. That bird magic or something.
I tell the world bye.
You know a nigga got dough. A nigga could leave the league. But if I leave, the fans still gonna love me, man.
I tell this world bye, you gon' miss me when I'm gone. I'm just pressing for myself, I gotta get it on my own. Yo, who says hi, he gon' watch me down below. And my llama keep me focused because he's my life coach. Be breezy, people asking questions like Breezy, but how you do it? Tell them hell I cannot go with no day Breezy's your influence. Find a teacher who lies up and who lifestyle is congruent. When you're feeling down and lonely, go bump you some cut, that's music. Man, I'm still focused on sitting for road. No, I'm not rich, but I'm from broke. A band that lost in the word that he speaks from the 3 times a week on my ride, how he preach. To a new way, facing the east, got lamb and goat whenever we feast. This way you get tired and tired and tired and tired. You better hold on to your seat. Woo! They saying the kid is amazing. I've been waiting to go off, but people tell me to be patient. I really am sick with it, really get hit with it. Who we can do it with us? You niggas is mumbling and grumbling, you know you can't beat it, better get with us. Yeah. You hoodie man with your flavor. Let me do my collage dance. To your haters, to your haters, to your haters, to your haters. These haters, people sending emails trying to break us up and make it threats. Trying to find fault, can't even find they freaking neck. Ain't being passed, so don't hold my tongue. Nobody getting by, tell them peace out. Be breezy when I tell this world bye. You gon' miss me when I'm gone. I'm just pressing for myself, I gotta get it on my own. Yo, who says hi, he gon' watch me down below. And my llama keep me focused because he's my life coach.
Like Breezy, boy, how you do it? Like Lucy, boy, how you do it? Like Breezy, boy, how you do it? How you do it, huh? Yeah.
I like this.
Hey, that's a drill.
Hey. Yo, I rock the finest. On the hill can't be hid. They gon' admit, they know that I be looking lit. I ain't talking about a chain or watch on my wrist. How I'm living is the fed. Match a drip. I rock the finest. On the hill can't be hid. They gon' admit, they know that I be looking lit. I ain't talking about a chain or watch on my wrist. How I'm living is the fed. Match a drip. It's the sword and the shield on my handle. Homer or your who, that's the fit for the battle. It's your hootie gang boy, I was giving the mantle. Cause they see your hootie walk, plus I'm dripping the tassels. Love perfume, but I still rock a toilet. And it's got a stench like mess in the toilet. Fit lit, boy, spitting the facts. We gonna mount up, we can be fly than that. They want the ruach, but it's something you're missing. Before you get this drip, you gotta put on repentance. That's tomorrow to the ears if you sit down and listen. To rock the freestyle, follow what's written. Watch yourselves, you been playing with dogs. The moth eating garments, you can go and get them a toss. All our Burtons, yo, who Chanel to the cross. Easy joke now, go and brush your shoulders off. I rock the finest, on the hill can't be hit. They gon' admit, they know that I be looking lit. I ain't talking about a chain or watch on my wrist. How I'm living is the fed, match a drip. I rock the finest, on the hill can't be hit. They gon' admit, they know that I be looking lit. I ain't talking about a chain or watch on my wrist. How I'm living is the thing, that's a drill. I'm a bum, what? Boy, what you mean? You sleeping on Kukai, boy, I shine like the dream team. Had to change my garment, take a dip in that my game. I'm talking about the bar, now I'm fresh and so clean. I was a bum, it was a shame. I rock my own garments to be called by the two names. Yo, Usha was the one that modeled the fit. Now I'm at his house party cause I followed the drill.
The bar fitted, I made my mind up. 3 times a week you're gonna see me get lined up. For my savior that said it was finished. But she yak your hoosh and now I'm rocking that true religion. Silly rabbit, I'ma come up this gold. You better count up them carrots. I know they see 24. Old creatures can't drip with these new clothes. Living Kadash yelling, yep, in my white robe. I'm the finest on the hill, can't be hit. They going to me. They know that I be looking lit. I ain't talking about a chain or watch on my wrist. How I'm living is the vid. Match the drip. I rock the finest on the hill, can't be hit. They going to me. They know that I be looking lit. I ain't talking about a chain or watch on my wrist. How I'm living is the vid. Match the drip.
They better match the drip.
I don't know what you heard about me. Hey, what you heard? What you won't fuck a tie in me. There's no sin. If you check so far, you will see. That's the book that I am on my Yehudi gang. Don't know what you heard about me. Hey, what you heard? What you won't fuck a tie in me. There's no sin. If you check so far, you will see. You'll see that I am on my Yehudi. And God say, this little nigga talking crazy. I feel like I'm 6'4". Yahuwah made me. Hey Slim, why they acting all shady? All I hear is where. Little baby, play crazy. Now you like sin danger. You get stolen, drugged out like Jones trailer. Left confused like a Japanese from Decatur. You won't rock for a while. Think of cicada. Your hoodie gang to death. Now let me call the scene. We don't die, we sleep. This for eternity. We through the diamond of Ruach. Boy, I'm my Marie. That's of a barber. Please don't try and cross me. You get hit with a bar, you try and cross sea. And tossed over your niggas. That's how you cross seas. Well, I support in this building. Nigga cross beams. And Jesus ain't a savior, nobody crossed him. That's what you heard. Take what you hearing now. Don't taste with Jesus, boy. I've been to put that pork down. I sink and ship Titanic too. He's over now. Jesus your ark. All you creepers about to drown. Boy, you mad while I stay armed. Watch me reach. No block shots when I shoot. Watch me teach. It's Mortal Kombat, but you will never finish me. I'm not a Christian, nigga. YGTD. I don't know what you heard about me. Hey, what you heard? What you won't fuck a tie in me. There's no sin. If you check so far, you will see. That's the book that I am on my Yehudi gang. Don't know what you heard about me. Hey, what you heard? What you won't fuck a tie in me. There's no sin. If you check so far, you will see. You'll see that I am on my Yehudi.
First off, let me start by saying my name is Cookie. And now I verses with a big bass so you can boogie. This flow gon' make you move. I'ma get you out your seat. Redeemed by Yahuwah. Go ahead and stand up on your feet. Breezy said only folks sitting is cripples and sinners. Ain't good enough for you to stand. Well, I don't see the difference. I just take the facts presented and I draw with inference. Should've been dead and gone, but Yahushua paid my sentence. No reason for the spirit of a man like me. That's why I scream out loud. YGTD. My ears amazing, con I once was blind, but now I see. My whole life has changed. I ain't the man I used to be. I tell my truth in my Sharim. I'm speaking candidly. Went from Christian to true Yehudi. Word to Kennedy. Can't go back to my old ways. That be a tragedy. One way to make it, ain't no sin in my anatomy. The wages of sin is death that come with big burn. Trying to get away from sin like Smokey run from big worm. Lifestyle straight and narrow, might as well call me Big Perm. No need for a relaxer, cause my back is standing real firm. Had to exercise my pen and show my wordplay. Can't play about my soul, cause that'll hurt me in the worst way. My soul is longer from Yahuwah. I'm thirsty. Just want the day after my death to finally be my birthday.
I don't know what you heard about me. Hey, what you heard? What you won't fuck a tie in me. There's no sin. If you check so far, you will see. That's the book that I am on my Yehudi gang. Don't know what you heard about me. Hey, what you heard? What you won't fuck a tie in me. There's no sin. If you check so far, you will see. You'll see that I am on my Yehudi. I don't know what you heard about me. Hey, what you heard? What you won't fuck a tie in me. There's no sin. If you check so far, you will see. That's the book that I am on my Yehudi gang. Don't know what you heard about me. Hey, what you heard? What you won't fuck a tie in me. There's no sin. If you check so far, you will see. You'll see that I am on my Yehudi gang.
Don't know what you heard about me.
Hey, what you heard?
But you won't back a tie in me. If you check so far, you will see.
Yeah.
That we are on my Yehudi
gang.
Don't know what you heard about me.
Hey, what you heard?
But you won't find a tie in me.
There's no sin.
If you check so far, you will see.
You'll see.
We are on my Yehudi gang.
Yeah. All right, we here. I'll give her a little sound on. It's on the Kato Sarah.
Whew. All right, appreciate the Most High. Allow us to be here one more time. By the Khan of Yahuwah. That's an opportunity to see what thus say Mr. Yahuwah. And we already know the world is unraveling. We all leaving him. Isn't that right? So now we're going to try to consider the type of person we need to be. Appreciate those getting a shout out, supporting and listening. We'll get ready to try to dive in and see what does say Mr. Yahuwah. But that's the thing that's going to be most essential for us more than anything else, since we know how unashamed have to live. It ain't by bread alone, but by every word that proceeds from the Paw of Elohim, which is the mouth. We cut the air on a little bit. It's a little warm up in here. Y'all had it cold out there, and I thought y'all were trying to hang some meat out there in the hallway. I said, well, nobody out there. They trying to hang meat out there. I guess they're going to cook it when they get in here. Isn't that right? Summertime, these people still be cold. Y'all probably need to go to the doctor and get checked. That's not normal for people to be cold in the summertime, unless they're like in a deep freezer. That's round. I'm a thick. You cold? Couple of pair? Yeah, come man. I don't know how y'all do it. I can't stand to be hot. Now we went to Ghana. They got a car one time. I said, man, I'm sitting in the car for a minute. I was sitting on that bus on, man. I said, man, might have that summer heat out there. That thing was sizzling. I said, yeah, I'm all right. I ain't that in love with no heat. I don't know what folks think about it. I appreciate the white man for that trip. Ain't that right? I appreciate the white man for deep freezers. Ain't that right? Fans, air conditioning. Ain't that right? The rest of slavery we can keep, but that air conditioning, whoo, boy, y'all did a number with that one right there. But about the hottest two places probably on the earth is on the Cuba line in Mississippi and Alabama. Them about three of the hottest places on the earth. Man, look at him. Man, Alabama got some heat, boy, you don't want none of them. I'm talking about you'll pass out as soon as you hit it. That's some hot. Who went me that time with the Selma, Alabama? Man, look at him. That's a whole nother heat. From your car to get in the building, listen, I want to stay in the car. It was that hot. To get out your car, cutting the air to walk in the building, man, it was so hot down there. I said, man, I don't know how no black folk live down here. Man, you just feel the slavery. You know what I'm saying? You can see, like, you can know the ropes are nearby, the chains, you know what I'm saying, the cotton. I mean, it's rough, man. It's rough. Chris love Alabama, don't he? He don't know no better. Man, I ain't lost nothing down in no deep parts of no south. I said, as far as I can go to the south right here, Covington. I can't move out everywhere. It ain't for everybody. The rest of these people can have these for I don't want to be somewhere hid away, tucked away. They catch you there where you're going to be tucked away too. You don't play around. If I'm correct today, all the kids got to school today? I know that good, but how many of y'all had to pay for lunch? Y'all had to pay for lunch for them to go to school? Anybody had to pay for their kid lunch? Oh, you had to make it. They'll eat more at home now. They sit around, all they gonna do it. All they gonna be doing, look at the refrigerator. That's all these kids doing sometimes. They cut the TV on and just look at the refrigerator. Isn't that right? They're the biggest. I know when I was in summertime, well, we don't eat pork no more, but y'all might have to start doing it. Give them a big pack of bologna, them cheap red hot dogs that don't swell up. Tell them, eat yourself away. By the time they get through, some will be, I'm telling you, y'all learn how to shop. Isn't that right? Can't buy that Wonder Bread. You gotta get that Kroger bread. They want them sound. I wonder who made it. I wonder who made it that expensive. Y'all remember that? We ain't eat no Wonder Bread. My dad had colonial bread. That was for him. My dad wasn't getting no nigga kid no colonial bread. That stuff is expensive around now. He ain't colonial. We can eat that Food Giant bread. It'll make you sound. He needed that. He wanted some nice bread when he made that sandwich to go to work. He ain't gonna eat but one of them. He gonna bring the other home and give it to the dog. Man, go to work. He didn't go to work to eat. He went to work to work. So he take 2 sandwiches. He gonna eat one. He gonna bring the other one home and give it to the dog. I said, boy, it gotta be rough. I ain't got nothing to give. I look at that dog like, you can go ahead and die. I ain't got nothing to give you. Ain't that right? You wasting up my time. I had to play. These kids now, how many of y'all kids go outside every day? Every day? Every day? Sometimes, yeah. That don't be important no more though, is it? Kids now, I mean, they got game to keep. Man, I don't care what game they had. You can't keep nobody inside. You had like a racetrack or some folk come in and play like that. The parent want you out the house. Y'all gotta get outdoors somewhere. You know, you had to get outdoors, man. Not outside, it's outdoors. Get outdoors. In there, they want you out there house. That means stay out there. Learn how to drink out there. Hey, y'all ever drunk out the water spigot out the side of the house? Y'all ain't never, what? You ever drunk out of it? But that's some good water. I'm telling you what, you can't jump on it first. Don't cut it straight on and drink it. That mud come out. Let the mud run out. Then that thing get cold. God the mother, I almost refrigerator cold. When you're a little slave kid out there playing that heat, listen, man, you unhook that water hose, you just lay right there that water, just run. They be telling, come on, man, get up, guys. Man, you fall asleep on that water either. That was it, ain't it? You ain't had to do that much peeing. Now, we ain't do all that peeing back. Now my kitten done got weak. I had to keep me a cup. I went to QT. I got one of them phone cup. I drunk my drink, gonna throw that cup away. I said, man, I better keep this cup. Where the Atlanta Expressway be shut down, I said, that cup is so precious. I don't know what y'all cool do. Y'all might get y'all some of them bags and put tape around it. Now, y'all can y'all pee in one of them like Walmart bags? Women can hold it. My wife, she goes to work, she don't use the bath, she use the bathroom. I said, go on, and she said, I'll wait till I get home. I said, you can do that? I said, let me tell you something. I must go now. When my son said go, ain't nothing. My home better be right here. Listen, my stomach know I'm unbuckling my pants. That thing be coming. By the time I hit, listen, it be already, listen, ain't no waiting time. That thing, we be like, just did make it. One time, I'm telling you what, I prayed a good one. When I said good one, it was a good one. I prayed, I said, I'm almost there. I got the air cut high, rolled the one outside. If the air keep hitting you, psych yourself. I said, we almost there. That thing said, like, all right. I'm like, we almost there. Hold on. I'm hit, listen. I cut that, I leaned sideways, that thing just laid on it. Woo! I'm going around on curb by the guy. I said, just hold on, we almost there. Hold on. But we hit that driveway button, that thing said, I said, oh, good. I said, you know what? Sometimes that be that first warning, like that last warning. Nope. I had a visitor. I thought that was that last one. I had a visitor. One of the big ones, a little friend dropped by. I sure thought I had this time. I started telling how good he been too. Oh, you been good. Let me make it. You got to keep letting them, oh, you been good. Because you don't want to go like that in that seat. Oh, my God. You got to burn the seat in your truck, everything. But I like it. But I got that thing. So that's what the wall part, that thing separated. That thing said, I said, God. I said, but you know what? I done had that before. Wait, one of them warnings like, you think it done came, it ain't. I seen, there's a leak in this. I'm trying to tell you, make you sing gospel. So some of y'all ain't had them. I know ain't the only one. You can't live all them years and don't have no mistake. That thing, Lee, I'm gonna see you in the mail, cool. I know it more. Lee, you think I think me on trying to have a mistake? Man, these folks in here think, I want to say I confess it. They might have to tell some more stuff too. I know these folks done had mistake. You can't keep living all your life, don't have no mistake. Ain't that right? Listen, man, I was sleeping in that bed, I was laying on my back. A little water spigot came out. I said, hold on for a minute. I said, oh my goodness. I said, caught it just in time. We were just at the top of the drawer. We made it, boy. I said, you know, you can't be perfect. It's been too many years. Been too many years. You know, I made it all through high school and all through my 20s and 30s and 40s. Little Lee had to come see me. I said, not a problem. It's just a dream. I said, oh, goodness. I said, rest of it good. I said, got to go in here and shower. I know some of them, they just change draw, go back to sleep. I know you. They think they like, how you know? Because I want to do it. I know I ain't the only person. Don't try it. I know I want to do it. Just go back to sleep. So I started watching. I had a dream. I got to get up quick. Now, somebody brought up an interesting question. Think, well, hey, we believe that blind people can dream and see people. The only problem I got with it, if you've never seen people before, how you know what people look like? Why would you be dreaming of images if you're blind? Huh? They would say he believe they can dream and see everybody. Say see him, everything. That cat, they just stay asleep. They see people. I mean, think about it. It don't make sense. It makes as much sense if you were deaf, you could talk. Because you never heard words enunciate. So you don't know, you ever seen a deaf person, you hear how, because they never heard pitch and sound, so it's like no way to counter. It's amazing how things you do, you have to have some familiarity with it. You can't just do something. And you know, that's interesting how we work as people and how things work. Things don't just come to you as people think, you know what I'm saying? Even with Adam in the gun, nothing just came to him. It was based upon what he saw. There's no way he could have done it. You never seen it before. How could you do it? How could you know it if you've never been taught it? Y'all got it? So, I appreciate the fact, he spares us, gives us this opportunity to consider and become more appreciative. I think the older you get, the more you start to appreciate time, things, other things that he allowed or people he allowed kind of be in your life. I lost a lot of people, but you learn in time, things be for the good, believe it or not, with certain people and certain, events and things. You grow. Life gives you an opportunity to really grow, and you do a lot of considering. When things happen in your life, it gives you a chance to do a lot of considering about things. And things, as a young person, like a person in their teens or early 20s, depend on how traumatic things might have happened in their life. It's just a lot of things you don't probably really value or understand until you mature and you realize how things operate and just how fortunate you are in the Khan of Yahuwah. That's something interesting that he allowed us to talk about a couple of weeks ago. And I try to keep that, zakar, that, mark it and remember it, the importance of just understanding, nothing you could do you could have done, you could have obtained this. Nothing that you could have done, nothing I could have done at all would allow me to be able to obtain this, but because of the favor, because of the conceit. And, he said it that way. And to realize he put so many other moving, intricate parts that kind of parallel with it. But it makes sense when you kind of look at it. I mean, you could serve him according to the law, but that don't mean your heart in it. People do it like, there's people that keep Shabbat, but that don't mean their heart in it. But you're keeping it, and that's law. So what are we going to go with? Law or your heart? What you say? Somebody said heart? How are we typically going to grade a man? I mean, we meet people that believe it. They say that we want to know, do you keep the law? That's important for us. Do you keep the law? That's something we were given, but we never looked at how important it was the heart. The fact that he looks at the heart and he, what he demands from the heart. And it makes sense because if you look at it, once you understand him and understand relationship, then, you more or less look at it's a debt. I serve according to a debt that I couldn't possibly work out or work off, but it gives you that drive because you understand it was nothing you could have done to obtain this. It was all by favor. And because you acknowledge that, and it makes you and it gives you a willingness to not want to commit katal. The law wouldn't do that. The law doesn't give you, think about it, once we've seen the first person die, what you look at? It's like, if you watch a guy, hypothetically, if I walk up and I slap Jahid and Jahid shoot me, who next? Who can walk up and slap him next? Why wouldn't you slap him? He might shoot you next. Now that's scary, and that's how we all think. But after we seen the first man die, why didn't everybody else stop sinning? The most easy thing, because that's just common sense. Somebody will look at, don't mess with that guy, hit him. That guy killed a man. But why is it we see all these people that tried Yahuwah and Yahuwah struck him down and killed him and we still commit sin? So it's one of those things where we look like we're smart, we actually not. And when you realize the fact of how he operates, what he gives you, what he allows you, and he loans you, you just become so appreciative to look at. I wouldn't want to mess that up, especially since I didn't earn it. You know what I'm saying? I didn't earn it. You know what I'm saying? It's like your teacher, you didn't pass, but I'll go ahead and I'm going to pass you anyway. Because I seen a genuineness in you. You'd be surprised. He said no, he went. But a lot of teachers have. But let me tell you what some teachers will look at when they grade. Some teachers will look at this with getting the information, really actually capturing the information. They'll really look at a student really pushed and tried. And to me, that weighs more than a kid that might have gotten it, but I can see your behavior. And for me, you know what I'm saying, your behavior to me more or less failure. You know what I'm saying? It's different. People different on how they grade. And you look at Yahuwah, he look at the Torah. To do it is to get 100, but nobody could do it. You couldn't get 100 if you tried. And he set it up to show, man, that nobody will be justified before him when it come down to the Torah. I mean, even we learned about Abraham and how Abraham obeyed his law, his statute, and his kept his judgment. Did he do it when he was in his Abba's house? Because that's when he called him out. Abraham came out from a mishpachah, family of people that did not keep the Torah. So when you look at what Abraham kept, did he keep it when he was in his house when he called him? Because our book clearly tells us he called Abraham an uncircumcision. He did not call him in the circumcision. He gave him a circumcision because of Abraham's affection, his heart for Elohim had grown and he had become so fond of Elohim to keep his every Torah, every statute, every mashpat, because of the fact he knew this ain't something I earned. You favored me. You looked through my mishpachah and you picked me. You chose me and you picked me among them and said, out of you, I'm gonna make a great gui. I'm gonna make a nation out of you. And some people who don't consider it, and we should consider the fact that there's nothing you could have done. You could say one night I cried like me all. You know how many people cry? Y'all know how many people pray? This man got a whole week to sing the song, Pass Me Not, O Gentle Savior. While on others are doing what? What you asked me to do? What make you think I'm stopping by you? You weren't calling just like them. Everybody saying the same thing you saying. Don't pass me by, don't pass me by, don't pass. Who in here want him to pass them by? How many of y'all here don't want him to pass you by? Don't you know that's everybody? So is it he stopped because we want it? Because I favored. I favored you. I set up an opportunity. The thing with their favor only come through by the con that he gave to Abraham. It only came through because of con. You know what I'm saying? If you think about it, we're looking for him to do for us what he did for others. You know what I'm saying? You picked me out, and I'm appreciative for that. I just don't think we really, I still just try to ravel my mind around, you put a law that everybody tries to look at who's keeping it, who breaking it. Oh, nigga, you ain't keeping on no law, nigga. I keep 613. Everybody hollering, fight who keep is actually 615. Somebody finds 618. Really it's 620. So it's such a fight of people trying to create laws to be, and nobody understood yet that no man will ever be justified before me with the Torah. Otherwise, it will void out Amunah. Because what I gave to Abraham, I never gave it to him because of the Torah. I gave it to him because of the Sadiq of his Amunah. So you keep 618 and 620. You can keep 650. You still won't be justified. Now, some will take it that Tony Smith just said you don't have to keep it. I never said that. I just want you to understand you wouldn't be justified by it, because then it will void out the operation what he always intended. I intended to save you by Amunah, not by the Torah. I kept and I placed the Torah with him to give people a direction. You know what I'm saying? Who could do that but him? That he was son of man, a man mind driving to try to find every law, every statute, every judgment that he couldn't keep if he had every one of them. There's too many obstacles. There's too many ways. I mean, the people had animal fall in the ditch. And he asked them, which of you? Nobody raised their hand from when he asked. Nobody raised their hand and said, I'll leave mine in the ditch. Not one of them would have did it. He said, you know you were breaking the Torah. Because if you kept it the way he kept it, he said, nobody did nothing. But then where that would have left you if you was a man injured, you was a man down. Y'all got what I'm saying? So he looked at the righteousness of it. If that man fell down and something happened to that man, it's Shabbat. What I'm gonna tell him? I can't help him out of Shabbat? What if this man don't recover? He said, then you just voided out what I was seeking. I want a man to look past and realize that man needed help. And this would be the right thing to do. You got what I'm saying? So with keeping it, it's just the mindset he can allow you to have or get. You couldn't control it. Don't try. It's just trying to be able to surrender yourself. Surrender all your ideas and your thoughts about it and say, I just want to know what your way is. So I make sure I get it right. I don't want my own way. Because a lot of people spend a lot of time, man, going over the law, reading the law and getting it, and still don't make it in. Musha, what do we know Musha for? Giving us the Torah. And he made it into what they call the promised land. All that man did was struck. They got him so angry, the man struck. He struck the sewer, the salt. He struck a rock. And Yahuwah said, you ain't believe me. He looked at the people. He was just pissed. He like, man, I got to do all this and then I got to fetch it for you. So when he got angry, he smoked the rock twice. And Yahuwah told him, he won't make it in. He couldn't enter into the land that they were going to see. That's what they knew. Those people didn't know about going to no Shamayim. The only thing they knew about Shamayim was who was going to go down and fetch it for them. Nobody knew about going up there staying. We don't have any writing about nobody talking about going and staying. We knew it in our first Berea. Those people looked at everything established right here. Jerusalem, the place where we looked at he was going to establish. We knew there was a place. Just like Abraham, they were seeking a place. They didn't know no name Jerusalem, but they knew there was a place that Elohim he was going to establish, like he did in the gun, that he was going to grant to a people, to an arm. And that's what we're trying to obtain now. And in doing it, we just want to understand that at your best, at all you could do, it couldn't measure up if he don't give you the con. If he don't have favor towards you, it won't work. And a lot of times with that happening, we look at a lot of natural things working out for us. Don't account everything natural to your salvation. I was telling somebody that even with business, a lot of times what people will do, if things don't work out for them, they're just naturally associated with them not being right. A lot of times it ain't about you being right. It's about seeing where you stand. See, he got a lot of people that do for him and that will do and that will call upon him as long as I got what I need, as long as I ain't suffering and going without, as long as I don't lose nothing, I'll serve it to the day I die. And those are the people he said I don't need them. I need some people to serve me all the way up too. All the way up too, just like Yahushua did. But that's a hub, an affection you got to have for him. Not an infection, affection you got to have for him. But the fact you realize this ain't something I can earn. This ain't something you can earn. You couldn't do it. So we learned about him like he told us. They all had, that's why he told them, they all got to be taught of me. He said they just all got to be taught of me. You know, you realize it's a difference of how you serve when you're serving on the fact of I don't deserve it versus I work for this. Those are not the same two people. I don't deserve it. I work for this. Everything I got are two different people. And a lot of people try to serve him under the cover of I work for this. And those are the people he'll reject. We understand it's nothing I could do at my best to obtain it. It's all because of Khan. It's because of favor. And we always acknowledge the Abba, Abraham, Yasakak, and Yaakov. And we realize it's just favor. Everything we got is a loan. It's a loan. Remember that. I loaned it to you. When I gave it to you, I was looking for you to try to get me interest with it. And you know what a lot of y'all do? You've made absolutely nothing. You recovered nothing. Y'all just don't know it. You'll pay for it later. That's another defect. The Way of Yah synagogue, you're in violation. Because he loaned you something. And he told you, you were supposed to get me interest. That was supposed to be an increase when I gave it to you. So if a farmer gets a bag of seeds, does the man that come back, the man that come back out there reap, he looking for a bag of seeds? What he looking for? When Yahuwah come back, he looking to reap the seeds. He reaping the harvest. He's already planted the seed. I'm looking to reap the harvest. See, a lot of you guys, you serve in this little covering in of you think it's a protected end. I stay by myself or stay to myself. I keep myself from stuff. I make sure I do this and I don't do this. And you'll be the very person who won't make it in. And I know I hit you. I meant to hit you. I meant to hit you. The man invest. He look, if I gave it to you, I invested in you. I'm looking for interest. Now what you gonna tell me you recover? He told the Shalakim, they called the apostle when he sent him out. He said, I ordained you. He said you should bring forth Pari and your Pari might remain. So if you went out and you ain't getting no Pari and it ain't remain, did I send you? He never gave you a talent that you'll set and you'll do nothing. He told you no man lights a candle and put it on the bushel, on the table. He said put it on the top. So when everybody come in, they can see it. You guys have taken to yourself, watching in him, you got taken yourself that you're just going to be safe your safest destruction. Because you hadn't worked. That's what Yahushua tried to tell him with him. He said, I had to work while it's day. That's why, listen, he look at the aurora shining. I got to work while it's day. He said, cause the Layla coming in, nobody can work in the Layla. You're doing Layla work in the daytime, which means you're doing what in the daytime? Nothing. What are you doing when you sleep? Nothing. You're doing Layla work in the daytime. It means you've done absolutely nothing. You've achieved nothing. You've gathered nothing. You've done nothing to his fame or to his gathering or to his building up. And exactly, what is he supposed to give you for this? What's to pay for this? Because he told them to go ye in the vineyard and work and whatsoever was right. What are we going to do? Bring your work up. What you give a student come up with a blank piece of paper as you gave assignment? What you give a student that come with a blank piece of paper and you gave him an assignment? What you give one? Blank piece of paper, huh? So you can't bring no work up. What is he going to give you? Just make sure we're all aware of it. Make sure you're aware of what you've done. Y'all got it? I know what you're saying. You ain't a preacher. Well, you count that to yourself. Don't you be stupid. People got to see us. People got to see a difference. They do. They got to see a difference. He put us in all these different places, like I told you, just like these jobs and places you hate, places you don't like. He got to put light there. Or all we're going to do, want to do, it's going to manifest. How you think these people know they're wrong? You'll hear some of them tell you, before you came, we didn't have all this stuff. Now we got all this stuff going on. Hadn't been no or him. Hadn't been no light till I came. That's what happened. Because it's going to be what they're going to look at, confusion or whatever. It's because it hadn't had no light. Everybody before you came just went along with everything we were doing. Now you don't come here and now the rubber meets the road. And you looking at it, Lord, why you put me here? Yeah, you back Christian. Lord, why you put me here? Lord, it don't make no sense me being here. It's like, look at everywhere I'm at, like ain't nothing but trouble. You know why? Because or him. What they gonna do when light comes? Y'all got it. It gonna be, what y'all think happened when or comes? He told you couldn't even comprehend it. Why you think people ask you questions? I don't know what you're doing. I ain't never heard that before. As long as I've been living, I ain't never heard all this stuff you talking about. What you supposed to do? I ain't never heard that before. What y'all think Kashak did when they seen or? Man, I've been looking for you. Like, where do you come from? Never seen this before. And they asked the other one, man, you ever seen this? I ain't never did it for me either. This crazy. What you say you are? But what happened a lot of times, we so busy trying to fit. We're so busy trying to fit. Now the people understand because you Kashak and they Kashak. Isn't that right? Two darkness. Versus holding our in and realize it's going to be, anywhere we come to, it's going to be confusion because it's going to be a difference. He said, and that you may put a difference between clean and unclean. Sadiq and Rosha. That's what he said. He said you're supposed to put a difference between them. When the difference going to come? Listen, as it gets later, it pushes us, promotes us more to looking at, we really have to do more self-examination to look like we're really standing our ground when it comes down to the way we live. People got to see it. And when we do it, it's going to be a fight. Why wouldn't it be? What did you do the first time you heard it? How many of y'all the first time you heard, you're like, that's it? No, you fought it because it came at you. One person. And what you did? Didn't nothing hit you? Yeah, that's what I'm saying. But that's what happened. Most folks dealing with the fact they hit them first. It offset everything you're doing. That's a lot you start looking, man. You got to go through your list of everything you love. You got to realize if that right what he's saying, that means ain't nobody else right. That means everybody around. I mean, it's a lot. You got to go through folks. It'll make you go through people. It'll make you go through people. People you thought about, you be thinking, that would mean, that ain't go back check grandma, you saying. Somebody real deep in your family religion, you don't pull it, you saying, that'll mean they weren't saved. And that called problem. That caused a lot. And guess what? What you have to do is what everybody have to do. That's why people stay where they at. I had a young lady years ago that went here. Before a lot of y'all came, and she loved it. And she stayed. I mean, she was here. She had a little son, and her brother had been married. He got divorced, and he was getting remarried. And she came to me and she talked to me about it. She told me about it. And she told me she wasn't gonna be able to come back. I was trying to figure out why. She said, well, according to what you're teaching, she said, my dad ain't saved and my brother ain't gonna be saved. She like, his wife left him and he finna get married and we love her. She just, I said, it's adultery. She said, that don't make sense. She was like, we love her and they finna get married. I said, it's adultery. He got a living wife. Yeah, it hurt her. Yeah, she loved her sister-in-law. I'm sure they divorced by now. But you know, you'll throw everything away for people and then you get finished, you look, and he'll do that just to show you, you put a lot out there. And then you put yourself so far, you can't backtrack. And see, a lot of things come up, it can be a trap. It can be a stumbling stone. And you have to be real careful because I'm telling you, every one of our lives had to be examined. Every one of mine, yours, because you'll be surprised what we'll hide, what we got. You'll be surprised what we ain't been tested on. And that's the only way to know. It got to be tested. Y'all know that? It's got to be tested. And, you know, just like when they show you a tire, most of you probably pay attention, your tire got a pressure point. It's got an amount of pressure it can hold. That's what it can ride with. Now, if you do anything over that, you risking it. Because we know what we tested it at, and it can hold there. It can stand now. We've anticipated hitting certain things, the tire will hold. If it's kept up, it ain't dry rotted. But if you push anything over that on that, you risking it. You risking it. You got what I'm saying? So when it comes to what Yahuwah give you risking if you do anything other than what he told you. Because everything he told you to do, it's been tested. Everything it's already been tested. Anything other than that you do, I'll be honest with you. We couldn't warrant it. You bring it back in, say, man, I want to see you. He said, okay. I said, come on, you got your paperwork for what you got. Yeah, man, I love it too. I got this wife. Okay, what's going on with your wife? Yeah, and I know what your words say about, you know what I'm saying, dwell with them according to knowledge so your prayers don't be hindered. That's book. And I got to stand on, he got to stand on that too. That's all in your warranty paper. And I know my first one, she wasn't like this, but this one is whole stop. You say your first one. Yeah, well, see, I went in the truth when I had the first one. We don't even cover that. Your warranty void. You couldn't come to me and ask me about why things should work out. It's not covered. Everything he told you he'll cover, he'll do, because it's been tested. If you do anything other than that, he can't warrant it. It don't make sense. I already know it won't work. Everything he tell you, because I done let the people do the other way, it don't work. Only thing work is what he gave you. That's why he'll stand on it. That's why he came here and he wouldn't move. When he stood up, he ain't shake. You don't read us how he would shake, tremble, and sometimes he'll lean. They've been tested. That's why he knew. He said, that's how I made unashamed, upright. That's why he could stand. He held to it all the way up the move, and he ain't moved. He said, this I can stand behind. See, a lot of stuff we're trying to do, if you go back and look through your paperwork, you'll see your warranty is void. I never told. People try to go home. You said in your word, I said a whole lot of things. Tell me about that too. People go pick one and two little things. He said a whole lot in that book that you need to make sure you stand on before you come quote one or two things to him. Because it's been tested. Hello? Yes, sir. Okay. I didn't make sure. For whatever reason I told y'all that, hang in here. We got to get it right. This Romans, they already there. For those watching in, using Beth HaMashiach program, 15 and 4 is the what we're going to use and talk with y'all a little bit so I can try to get finished and get through. I know you want to talk to them, you get finished. Don't do it. Save it. Y'all hold me up every Wednesday. No, you don't want nothing. Supposed to see me 3 days a week, then hold me up. Act like something all important and jumped up out of something. What you got? I just want to look at you. Take a picture. Shoot it to yourself. Let me get some time back. This is Romans 15 and 4. Listen.
For whatever Nikatah before.
Whatever. I heard that squeak too. See that? Whatever written before.
Nikatah Talamidas.
It was only written to teach us, to show us, to instruct us. And that's important too. It goes along with, for me, it works. For me, everything said works. Even if it come against me, it works. because it come against me to try me and make sure I'm still standing. You know, you just don't just stand on your own and you can think you are, but you have to just give all consideration for the fact that what he does and you understand where you at. For me, I look at, I fought a lot of stuff for a lot of years. I did a lot of fighting, a lot of struggle, a lot of years to get to a point to where, you know, I understand. I understand now why. I understand why I had to make so many detours and not stand, and so many detours why I failed, and so many detours why I let me sometimes say, man, why I do that? You know what I'm saying? Intent wasn't to do it, but I done it. So I wouldn't have no confidence in the flesh. But you know, when you're doing it and you learn about yourself later, you can appreciate it. But when you do it, it's the worst thing in the world. So it actually happens to build you up to realize it's just some stuff I know. I ain't doing it. It just ain't. I'm not finna beat myself. I just can't afford to do it. You know how the feeling of it and the recovery time and everything you deal with is like, I just can't do it no more. You know what I'm saying? It just beats you and wear your soul to where you look at you genuinely, and you were genuine, but you just realize you still fail. And then you understand what he gives you by con and realize, wow, how did that work? It's like, wow, how do you, so I didn't pick me, you picked me. You think when the 12, they thought they picked Yahushua. He let them know, he said, you didn't pick me, I picked you. Those guys had no idea when they went to work that morning to go fishing and they were untangling the net or however they were doing or packing the net. They had no idea that the Savior of the whole alarm was gonna come by and said, drop your nets and follow me. I'm gonna teach you how to catch on the sheen. You think they knew that and say, I feel like today something special gonna happen. I just feel like today I'm finna leave this job and elevate. They would no doubt doing what they do every day. Just kept it considered, but he saw something about that he knew I could use these men. Because what they do, they have a technique to it. And I could take them and show them I could teach them a technique and how this could be viable for them and they can understand it. Well, they can gather in men for me. That's his goal. He's trying to gather. When we look at our olive Beth chart, we look at the teat, which is the basket. And it's used for gathering, similar like a net. We're getting that better. Like they said, black people, what they say we like?
Crabs in the bucket.
We ain't getting out. And he look at, and you know what it also show? Contain. See, that's what he teaches us with the bar. The word will contain. It'll put you on the, it'll contain you. It'll contain. You know, now I look at stuff happening with people fornicate, people commit adultery. It's the wildest thing to me, but I wasn't far removed from it's so easy. And until you get that point of growth with him, you just realize, you're just like, wow, it don't even make sense. Because you know what I'm saying? I know so much outcome to it. You know what I'm saying? It ain't like I can say, man, bumping, I'm out here. Not me, I can't. It's too much I know. I mean, I just be honest. I mean, we ain't going nowhere. I already know where it's at. At the end of this, man, the rest of the destruction of my life start. And it's like, I can't even afford it. You know what I'm saying? I can't afford the destruction of the rest of my life.
That's right.
Like you got where you at, it's like, you can still stumble, you can still play, you can still go. But it's a maturing. I ain't saying it, I want you to know it's a maturing that you give them. You just realize it's just some things I can't do.
That's right.
I can't afford to risk this. I risked everything before. So many times I risked it. You know what I'm saying? Not realize you risking this with me. You taking a major chance. You think I'd have known that? If I'd have known it, I wouldn't have done it. And now to let me come into the knowledge of realizing that is more scary because I didn't know that. I didn't know, you know, like they say, he died for, I was saying, what is it, omission and commission? What is it they call it? Omission, omission, and commission? I know y'all don't know nothing. They folk been out of Christian, so they don't know nothing about it. Y'all done heard that before?
No, sir.
That's for the sins I was gonna do or sins I ain't want to do. You know, they holler them all, but they got so many different ways they can put it together to make it sound like, so, you know, in the Christian mindset, it's almost like, you know, he already knew he knew I was gonna sin him when I got up. He paid for that. It's like, wow, so you just took the brakes off and just started sinning. But it's so easy to get caught up when you find out about con. Because it would look like, so if I can't be justified by law, why am I trying to keep it? Now I keep it out of debt because I harbor. It makes me, see, when he gave it to me at first, it was rigor. You know what I'm saying? Come on for a second, I'm borrowing. Come on, borrow something. This is the law, I'm gonna get the law. Get the law. All right, I'll give you the law, you turn around. Every time you don't do the law, I'm gonna just hit you, okay? All right, move to your left. Back up to your right. Go forward. Come back. Bend your knees. Stand up straight. How you feel about that? Does it feel like you can get it right?
I can't win.
You can't win. You really want to keep doing it? You want to keep doing it?
Not really.
Thank you. That's how I looked at it. What's the point? You can't get it right. I told him, by the time he got that, and I'm giving you kind of how it looked, every time you get to do something, now there's something else you got to do. And then you're wrong because you didn't do this. He was trying to do everything I told you in it, but then you were getting hit every time you was wrong because he didn't get back to something else. How you going to win with that? So that make you want to keep playing it? That make you want to keep doing it? Because you're looking at it ain't to no effect. I'm constantly getting punched. I'm constantly getting beat. Why am I keep doing this? But then when you look at, I don't even hold that against you. I granted something else in you that you can do. So I want to get to the heart of the matter, as people say. Get to the inward part of us. He said, if I can get to the genuine inward part of a man, that's what I'm trying to achieve from it. The law won't ever get that from you. The law will never get the genuineness out of a man. It just get a man out of, all you get out of a man is just anger and frustration. Think about the fathers that came. Every time they heard about coming, it was always, thus said Yahuwah, you're Yahuwah. What are you going to get ready to do to you? I'm going to cut off. He said, here we go again. I thought we were doing better. Think about it, you coming to hear the novel, you come here every time they come. You know what I'm saying? Thus said Yahuwah. And he tell you, he ain't coming to you saying, yo, Yahuwah. He coming saying, you saying, that ain't good. I heard that a lot of times. I should have known it. You know what? I should have stayed my behind where I was. So he done told you, don't go back to Mizraim. Why wouldn't I go back? Your chastisement is worse than theirs to me. I can't do nothing. You know what we'll say? How we judge those people? Man, stupid, dumb, make no sense. The man right there, and every time I look around, they screw up. Okay, he right-handed the ball. Why you screw up? Those people look the same thing you did. I can't win. That's how I look. I can't win. Why wouldn't I go back? I'm better off there. They're like, these people keep talking about they better off with much stuff was going on and bad as stuff was. Let me see. People done came in here and cried and testified how bad it was, and they went back. So tell me the difference between us and them. You see that? Because we don't see it that way. You going back to what? What have they gone back to? You see what I'm saying? We're not far removed from these people. So the only way to get him a people, an arm, was to get us to really just prick our laws. On the day of Pentecost, on Ukar Shabuah, you hear when they heard this, they started obeying the Torah. And they want to know what laws they broke. We just want to know what we need to do to be genuine. They were there on Ukar Shabuah, so what? They were far stretched removed from the Torah? They knew that's what he gave you. Ukar Shabuah, that's Torah, that's law. What we need to do. To get them to the genuine part. Had to come back and get these people to understand, get you to be genuine. And that's what we're trying to do, be a genuine arm at the end of the day. And not a people that wrestle and fight with, and now it comes back and it wound up being our destruction, rather than being something that vindicate us and being a Yasha, being a deliverer to us. So it takes a lot, and I appreciate him for being patient with us, that he didn't cut us off. He getting the number down to a particular point of where he needs it at, because he can't use everybody. He already saw them when he brought them out. You think he killed 25,000 people in one day for a reason? Just like what he told Gideon, the people are yet too many. That was a lot of people. I think over 600,000 people he brought out. He killed a lot of people. It was too many. Remember, what were Gideon and them going to do? What did he tell them to do? It's tight. Told them to take the city. Once he got the people down and things happened, they could take the city. That's what he's going to do with us. He got to get the number down to where we can take the city. He don't need everybody. This man knows exactly what he knew. He's going to just keep him a residue. When you look at how many people, it's going to be a lot of people, but you got to consider how many people not going. You know, they're looking at how many people lives of us. You need to look at how many people not going. It's just gonna be a remnant gonna be saved. See, he's gonna still be able to keep his berith. He swore that he shouted to Abraham that they were gonna be like the Kukabim. They couldn't be numbered for multitude. But when you put their numbers up against all the people that ain't getting in, just a remnant. So he's gonna be able to keep his word on both ends. You see that? That's how he gonna do it. That's why he told you, ain't but a few gonna find the straight way. A whole bunch of them going the other way. So I'm gonna still keep my debar that I gave to him. There ain't gonna be the Kukabim that's the saying that can't be numbered for multitude. But when you look at how many people going the other way, it's just a few. I appreciate him. I appreciate him for his operating. I appreciate him for not cutting me off when he could have a long time ago, deservingly. Not about no chance, deservingly. Isn't that right? Deservingly. Ain't no, there's a lot of people worse than me. No, it's not.
That's right.
It's because of Con. See, he done concluded that all unrighteousness is sin.
That's right.
So when a man commits sin, it don't matter what the sin is. He said, I see him the same way. You see different. You'll see a child molester greater than you'll see a drunk. He said they're the same people. We see people that we have pet peeve for, we say the worst. You know what I'm saying? But he said, anytime a man violate my Torah, they the same people. Y'all got it? That's why it's needful for Con. See, the law don't do that. They got laws out here. A man speeding, they're not gonna treat that man like no mad murderer, are they? Those two lawbreakers, ain't they? Why they don't treat him the same way? Say what? Because one worse than the other. You ain't gonna believe it. Yahuwah do too. He come back, he start looking at Con in favor. You started looking at it. See, the Torah don't do that. It don't differentiate. It conclude everybody one. It don't look at a portion of why. Even when he gave him the Torah, you were taught that thou shalt not do what? Kill. So I'm out here chopping wood. Just trying to get some wood so my wife can cook, so we can be ready for the winter. And that axe handle fly off and hit Eric and kill him. Y'all supposed to come and kill me, according to the Torah. The Torah didn't make no room for that. The Torah didn't look at my heart. The Torah didn't ever look at my heart. He was trying to show why Con was. He said the Torah couldn't look at your heart. All the Torah said, you weren't supposed to kill, and that man dead, and that's your hands. That Torah didn't decide, no, well, what state was he in? Did he mean it? Listen, man, I said you shouldn't kill, that got that. Now, you trying to do interpreting you want to, that's it. So the Torah didn't make room for that. So let me ask you a question. That motivate me more to stay with it and want to serve under it? When it went and sit down and look at it, did you look at my heart? Did you look at, I didn't have nothing against that man? Even the law, natural law in him, when you commit murder, they look at why. They want to look at intent, that's why they investigate. If it's a car, they're going to look. If I hit you vehicle homicide, and then they go back and look at my tire defective from the manufacturer, do I need to be charged with that? We need to go back to the manufacturer. See, Torah wouldn't do that. You see why it's important? But see, that make me appreciate and make you appreciate. For everybody, y'all probably ain't with me, are you? Yes, y'all understand that? It's stuff, it wouldn't have made room for vehicle, a person, Jahi hypothetically driving the car, hypothetically, he run Lanita over. He's drunk, under influence. I'm driving, I run over Chanel, the tire blew, and there was a manufacturer defect, or someone was in the road and I hit it and lost control and I hit her, and it fell out to her death. Men and men need to get the same time. They said, all I see is 2 vehicle homicides. You ain't gonna believe it. That's what the tourists saw. The tour didn't have room to do that. All the tourists saw was both of us killed somebody. And both of us should get the same crime. You see that? Don't y'all know, people look at this. People, this what y'all might not look at. We've all committed some of the same crimes that people that's not him gone done. Yahuwah looked at the intent. He looked at the law. See, some people out there convicted. It's just like some people go to jail. Some people went to jail one time, they ain't never been back. You know what? They learned their lesson. That taught them enough to realize you ain't never got to worry about seeing me no more. Some people it took 5 times, 7 times. Some people ain't never learned. That's what he looked at. He looked at a person that learned their lesson. That person that grew from it realized that made me though. As bad as it hurt, as much as I don't like it, and much impact it had on me, it just pushed me to a point to where I'll be indebted to him forever. That I'll never be a person that'll falter or break the commandments of the Torah again. But y'all got that on. Whoa, it's warm in here. What happened? I put a call in. I thought I fixed it. God almighty. Sorry if it's a little warm in here. They ain't on me. I told them about it. They could have paid. They got a machine. They could have put a cord in there and made it kick on. Well, I'll be all right. Oh, you cut that one on? Oh, whew. I get it. It's a little loud. I'll be all right. I suffer with them. Not long, though. I'm getting me an ice cube and start rubbing it on my chest or something. And that right, melt some ice cube. But again, it's the importance of understanding why the Torah came, understand the difference of the Torah, and understanding the Khan, which is the favor that Elohim has given us. And a lot of times, like I said, trying to serve him according to the law, all we found were a lot of people not being successful. But he found people that were genuine, that came from the heart, from the Lord, and those are the people he considered. We don't go along and we don't disannul the Torah, we establish it for the fact we have that understanding. And that's only because of the Khan of Yahuwah that he grants us that. This ain't something you just come up with, because we understand with knowledge puffeth up. And enough knowledge can be enough error to a person where it keeps a person from achieving. Sometimes we can know so much that it becomes detrimental to us. You got what I'm saying? It's hard to teach a person. You know what I'm saying? There's a couple of people you can't teach nothing. And you don't want to be one of them people when they come down to it. So we finish reading this and we'll look at a couple of things before we move on. To go. How far did y'all get with this? So for those white, this is a program we use called Beth HaMashiach. With this program, we go through and you look and it's color-coded. So the color coding gives you an opportunity to see the enunciation of the Abari word, they'll call the Hebrew word, and the English, I think they probably take from James, then the Greek. So it's color-coded so you can kind of compare writings. Okay? All right, let's go.
For whatever Nikatab before.
Nikatab was written before.
Nikatab to Lamed
was Nikatab to Lamed. Lamed, which is the word they use in English, is teach. A lot of times people don't understand the in-depth of teaching. Teaching would promote seeing, hearing, and visual. Just like when you have a teacher in a classroom, they might use books. They'll use the book. They'll use the blackboard. I don't know why they call them. Well, they originally probably were black, but a lot of them green now. So now you got the blackboard, and then you got the chalk. They're writing, or they'll do illustration. They'll bring in imagery of different things, or projectors, or different things. Because teaching involves that. When we came along, we just teach it. We just said, teach me. That means tell me something. But it actually involved visual as well as listening. You know, the audio. So all these things kind of play a part, and then visual. Y'all got it. It's important that you understand that why he wrote it, so we can have a clear picture, that we can have an understanding, that we can hear it. Y'all got it? All these are important for us. Our forefathers, the Abba, the fathers that came before us, that's what they want to know when they came to the word. Who was going to go and bring it down for us? For what reason? So they can hear it. They knew where it had to come down. They wanted to come down so we can hear it. They want to know who was going to go across the sea and bring it back so we can do it. They knew all these things were factors, and it was important for them to know it and understand it. Today, people just do things and follow things, but they don't understand it's a genuineness he wanted to get from us that we just don't have. And then to us, and I think what really drives it for us, is the fact that we realize the debt. If you come in and you're trying to serve him, there's no debt, there's no willing. There's no debt. I'm not going to go in no place and just voluntarily hand $10,000 over to American Express. I don't owe them nothing. Why would I get Discovery card $20,000? That's stupid. I don't owe you nothing. They said, well, you're not the person we're looking for anyway. The people Elohim was looking for, our supreme ruler, were people, you owe me. And because you owe me, you understand it's a debt. When he taught the Shalachims how to pray, who they call the apostle, the Shalachim meaning the sent one, when Abi knew our Father, which are in Shamaim, you know, right? He told them, thy will be done on the rocks as it is in Shamaim. Give us this day our daily, come our bread, and forgive us. That's right. That's why. First thing I had to remember, you had a debt. See, people serve different when you got a debt. You'll see some people work 2 and 3 jobs. You say, that's stupid. Man, I don't work the one. Some people work, they say, because my debt load. My debt got me to where I can't get rest. I gotta constantly keep going. That's how we had to be when it come down to serving Elohim. Because we don't feel like we owe nothing, because we understand now that it's a con, which is favor, we don't realize it's still a debt to be paid. It's a debt. And now since you realize the fact, and I'm serving to do it for the fact that he look at, I'll frankly wipe the debt away, but for me, being a character and we being a character, you kind of want to pay it. I owe you this for the fact you didn't give up on me, the fact you didn't let go of me, the fact that you've given me this opportunity to prove myself. When I wasn't proving myself before I heard, I wasn't proving myself to me, let alone anybody else. I didn't owe nobody. It's easier to mask, cover up, and lie, and it's safe until you get jammed up and realize you can't keep being the person you've been. It's time for a difference. And we needed that. We needed to know that. And the hardest part is uncovering ourselves. When Yahushua was, when they led him to a cavalry, anybody remember what they did to him besides blindfold him and hit him or struck him and put the crown of thorn on? Anybody knows what they did? Stripped him. And how you think he felt as a man? Shame. And that's what Yahuwah do to us. He needs you to be ashamed for everything we've done. So we never have. I know for me, I just learned how to cover and get out. You just think of another lie. I wasn't one of them people that could lie and like, you caught me and stopped me and I'm stopped. No, it's another lie, cover that one. Because that's human nature. You know, some people say, I can't, it caught me in a lie, I was done. Nope, you wouldn't catch me. I remember the lie I told and I can get another one, they go right along with it and they can join together. Or I told another lie so good, it's hard to tell which one was a lie. You just be done with it. But I wasn't giving up. I was going to fight it to the end because it makes sense to get, because you don't want to get caught. Right. You know what I'm saying? And then he pushed you to a point and realized that just like you don't want to get caught, how about if you didn't do nothing, you had to worry about getting caught? Right. If you weren't doing that, you don't have to worry about getting caught. But because we're people and we've been driven for so long of a pattern of just doing wrong and doing things the wrong way and misinformation, it's hurt us a long time. And getting people to a genuine part of themselves of realizing everybody got to get right. Everybody get right. And you know, it ain't a matter of wondering, are you trying to get right? It's about self. It's honestly about self. You knowing where you at and having a real relationship that you can communicate and he answer. He don't have to answer you verbally, but you can see the difference. You know what I'm saying? When you give things to him and you're genuine in what you're doing. In order to do that, you really got to be broken down to the lowest common denominator, the lowest point you can be. Then you can't do nothing but come up. As long as you got room, you just keep going down. Because you'll keep finding hiding places. You'll keep finding excuses. You'll keep looking for other things to cover up. You'll never change. People learn to change to comfort. I can do this, but I ain't going to do that. I can do this. I know I ain't going to do that. And you hope that it gets you in because you'll grade yourself off other people. I know people worse than me. Our sister-in-law, she used to do that. She would look at people who were worse than her. She had that mentality. It scared me, she told me that one time. She said she looked at other people who were worse than her. I was like, wow, is that your grading point? Are you using other people for your justification of why he'll keep you, why he'll take you in his malkuth, his empire? Are you serious? But it just, you'll be surprised at what people use to justify themselves. So it's important for us to come back to look at how he justifies. You know what I'm saying? Get away from the way. We know how man does things. Man is the reason why the whole world is in derision or in the situation it is. And got people divided and got us at wars and different things we're doing and hate one another. But we come back and look at what he established. Man just learn how to do right. Everything he told to do, I mean, it just makes just perfectly sense. Do unto others and you had them do unto you. That just basic is easily said. Let me see. I want to think that I want somebody to kidnap my kids. Do anybody here want their kid to get kidnapped? You ain't gonna believe it. What you think would be good to do? Don't kidnap them. Anybody just want to be stabbed, shot, or beat? You ain't gonna believe it. That is. I tell people, hate people enough to leave them alone. I hate you so bad I just leave you alone. I hate you so bad I just won't even bother with you, mess with you, take nothing from you. You know what I'm saying? Defraud you. But that ain't man mentality. Man mentality is take advantage of the weak, take advantage of the ignorant. So we had to come back and we be taught so we can kind of see where we fall short. It's easy to see other people's faults. But it's hard thing for us to do is see ourselves until we do just like he did on Calvary. You got to be stripped down. Let's look at this. So we got that. So to teach, we understand teach. So that through endurance, they put patience. But going through basically endurance, same thing, going through without quitting. That's hard, especially in the day life. Because you just think about it. When things come at you and things happen, the easy thing to do is to quit. That was my whole life earlier. I just quit. Forget it. Just quit. Why keep going? Why fight? And so that was a mentality I had to break before I even learned this. But that's why I understand it, because that's why I used to be. But what's going to make me not quit? Because he said don't quit. No, the writings. Which means I gotta see some rewards. I gotta see something happening. Why would I just go through and not quit? That don't make sense. Just like when they wrestling, you ever watch wrestling or whatever? Like to do what's that, kickboxing? I guess what do they do on what are they, MMA? When they put them guys on hold, why you think them guys quit? Cause it ain't worth my arm getting broke. I want that belt, I want that money, but I don't want my arm broke. So I'm gonna tap the mat. You know what? Guess what you can't do with this? Can't quit. So what'll make you stay there and not give up and say, it's worth my arm being broke so I can obtain the prize? Think how hard those people train. What, they train about 5-10 minutes? Well, probably 1 week a month? Constant. What kind of diet they probably go? Probably go down there, probably go to Ryan's, for the mat. So you think of what all you giving up. You giving up how you eat, you giving up some of your sleep, constant calisthenics, what you're doing, enduring building. But once you get put in a certain position, you'll quit. You'll quit. Because they look at a point, they realize it ain't worth that. Now you're looking at your salvation. If you don't measure how great your salvation is, what you think you're gonna do? When the right pressure point get hit or the right situation comes, what you gonna do? You're gonna quit, because you're gonna realize it ain't worth it. It's something else you could be doing. Think about it. So all those things you watch in your natural life helps you to understand the point of why you have to keep going. So when we read the Torah, when we read the scrolls, the books, it's because we go back and we use all these people to pivot off of and realize it's a reason to keep going. It's a reason not quit. It ain't because my mindset is only established because of those that went through and persevered. My natural mindset is to quit. That's it, automatically. That's no wasting time. It's something I don't like, I ain't doing it. No, I quit. You can have it. So when I watch the writings and I take them for face value of what they mean, that gives me the vigor to say, you know what? Keep going. Don't stop. Don't let it put, the reward is greater than the risk. You know what I'm saying? He told me what, a man entering in life. He said it's better for a man to enter into Kai life with having one leg than to go in, one arm, then go in and having two. So see, now it's a reason why I don't quit. They say, you could lose everything, but I can't lose everything because I'm looking at the gain is greater than the loss. See, when you're doing stuff here in natural life, people will hold on. Some of these people hold on. I'll tell you about a lady one time. She was driving. Her car got stuck on the railroad track. She had a Mercedes. Nothing told her to get out that car. All she tried to do was get that car off the track, and she lost her life that day. Because she looked at the value of that car. She didn't want to leave her car on that track that quick. Nothing told her they can have this car. You know what I'm saying? This car ain't worth my life. But you know what you're saying crazy. She did instantly what people do when you love the world. Yeah. And let me tell y'all something. Every one of us have it. Don't listen to people. People lie. I don't love none of this stuff. Walk up and put your hand in their pocket and see. Say you don't love nothing. Go get in their car and drive and see if they let you leave with it. Because people recite stuff more than they actually believe it. It's just natural. When you get tested, he'll show you her world was right there on that track. Her world went, I got a family, I got a husband, I got kids, I got a life. You know what I'm saying? I got a life. I can get another car. Her rationale was, I ain't leaving the Mercedes on the track. I got to try to get this thing off from him. And she lost her life. How many times we don't rationalize like that? It ain't cost us our life. Yet. Because we rationalize how valuable other things are versus the word. When it comes down to where the word got to be the bar, it place sets itself that nothing else can be around it. Nothing. Nothing can be measured. Nothing else you can measure equivalent to it. When Yahushua was on the 2, when he died, What did he do with his mother? He sung Tupac's song. Appreciate the love you gave me, mama, even though he was a crack fiend, mama. He gave her away. He realized they get to a point where even people, relationships, get tested. We knew he didn't own anything when he came here, but now we're getting tested on where you at on this relationship. See, people don't really think about when you set yourself toward this way honestly, you'll find that people you gotta let go. Mama, daddy, sister, brother, kids, grandkids, because you get tested. You'd be surprised where people at in your life. You thinking, I'm good, everything I got, and ain't nothing more important to me. But that's teeth and tongue talking. Until they get touched, until something happens to it, that's when the proof in the pudding. So you just can't allow your love, your heart, your affection to be greater for things or people than it is for him. I mean, that's the truth. I know you heard it before, it sounds redundant. We all get tested. We all gotta be tested. It ain't one test, it's constant because things will grow. You don't kill, how many of y'all ever kill or pull up weeds before? And that was it, you know how to deal with them no more. What happened? And you ain't gonna believe it. If he don't keep testing you, it'll come right back. You'll go right back to drinking. It'll come back. You say, if I got that out of my life 32 years ago and 33 when it came back. Because listen, it's a constant evaluation. It's a constant checking. If you check yourself, you're gonna miss something. Listen, I had a little pain right here in my chest. We were going down there to the thing for the meet and greet with the police. We were going down there, I said, ooh, well, I'm gonna go by that hospital right here. I said, well, I'll probably be all right. Cause I was doing self. I want my ginger ale kicked in just in time and burped that thing out. I said, woo! I said, thank you. Austin was on the phone with me. He said, ain't nobody heard thank the Most High for a burp. I said, boy, that thing right here, like I'm trying to, I said, I'm gonna shoot the Rockdale. I said, I'm gonna shoot down. I was gonna bust through the door, holler, hey, so I can go straight to the bag. Rockdale, the park here behind, you be sitting right there. I've been in that parking lot right now, stiffed up. They'd have thrown about 4 ice cubes under my butt cheek and let me sit down. Listen, but the fact though, when you check for yourself, you start diagnosing. It just so how what I diagnosed was, but it just show you base it upon how you feel and how inconvenienced it'll make. I looked at the inconvenience. I didn't want to be inconvenient. I don't want to be sitting there. I got other stuff I need to do, and I don't want to be stuck nowhere. So when I examined myself, my examination was based off of my comfort. I need to diagnose myself, and then it worked out the way I called it, but a lot of times that's what we do. You'll diagnose yourself to your comfort level. It ain't that serious. I don't think it's nothing critical. I don't feel like it is. And you'll wind up, and then when saying it, that's something natural. He'll show you, you don't be careful, you'll grade yourself like that when it comes to the word. I mean, I got some stuff going on in my life, but I don't think it's that serious. I don't think it's nothing to where I need to put myself out, where I need to let nothing go or cut something off. You see what I'm saying? Only way we understand anything when it comes to Elohim is the fact that we have to understand it as men and women. How we do things in life and how we see things in life. You're dealing with a ruach, a spirit, when you're dealing with the Most High. So how do you see a ruach? What color is it? Shape. Give me a shape. Give me a weight. How much does it weigh? A height. How tall is it? So it's hard for us to relate with something like that because I don't have a shape, weight, size, and a color. So for a man, how do I figure? You put something in your mind, ice cream. How many of y'all just thought about ice cream? What kind? Something you can picture it. I couldn't because I can't think of ice cream. You don't think whether vanilla, chocolate, the Neapolitan. I remember ice cream was real basic. I don't know. It got 49 million different kinds. Baskin-Robbins closed down because it's more than 31 now. They got Chunky Monkey. It's good now. The name don't make you want to buy it. But that's some good ice cream.
Yes,
but now they just mixed up. But at the end, these are things you can visualize. Things a banana. How many of y'all don't know what a banana look like? Did the image come to your mind of a banana? So when you think Elohim, what's the image? So you got to look at how man relationship is. Our relationship and how we deal with things are predicated on what I know about it. What I know about a snake. Somebody saying you there, there's a snake right there. What you say? Oh, okay. You tear that whole pew up. You start kicking, screaming. Because what do you know about a snake? It's dangerous. You know what I'm saying? It'll usually hit in the area. You coming up like that, nobody gonna be trying to duck. They like snakes don't jump out of ceilings. Not typically. You know what I'm saying? You start dealing, what do you know? So with Elohim, the thing that comes with us, we deal with him based off what we know. We operate on him by what we know. He wanted them to know about him, so he gave him the verb, the characteristics about him. I kill, I make alive, I wound, I heal. All these things want us to know characteristics about him. So before we start to configure an image, I want you to know about the attributes. Let's deal with the attributes. And then what do you know about the attributes? You know when a person get killed, whether it's a car strike or a sword, a knife or a bullet, all these different things. He said, I do all those things. So now we looked at he operates through people. He can operate through people and cause behaviors to happen. So rather than knowing the figure of, I understood the characteristic and the workings. Now when I understand the word, and I started and graph the word, join it together, and graph just joining things together when they come together. Now I start to understand the idea. There's an idea he's trying to sell me on. So if I got to buy into the idea. Let's tell somebody, come out, hey, you want to get a vacuum cleaner? So, they're going to look at, they're trying to sell, you're going to look at, you got to sell me on it. Sell me on it. Just like when people look at a vacuum cleaner, you go to the store, they have all of them. Some people going to look at price point. Some people buying straight brand name. Some people looking at both. Some people gonna read boxes, start looking. Some people looking at colors. I hate that color. I buy this one just because I like the color. So that's why you put so many different ones up, because people are different about what strikes them. You know what I'm saying? Or what gets them to buy. For us, he gives us all these different things we operate and we deal on a daily basis to look at. It's a smart buy for you to go with him. Based on the operation. Based on the fact, unlike man, we see color. We do things. He doesn't. He looks straight on the heart. And because he look on the heart, he see the genuineness of us that we won't see. It's certain stuff. You can't pass nobody on the street and say, man, I felt genuineness. I felt nothing but maybe the wind when you walk by from me going fast to you. Absolutely wouldn't know. Because you don't see a person's heart. We see just the outside image. And the outside image hangs us up so much, it's hard to get to the deeper part. But that's what we did. But it teaches us to go deeper, to get more, want to know more about. Just like him telling us in all these different things how he operated, we learned to fear him, which he said was the first thing we need to do. You have to fear me first. The first thing he let need to be on the table, there needs to be fear. You hear the man walk up, what's your name? I kill. Let me think and say, what kind of introduction was that? Because he gave him his name, so naturally you looking for a name back. I told him I kill. I want him to know that off the rip. But I also, did you know, I make alive. So I could take something down and I could bring it back. So I want you to just think that when I do something, that I'm limitless. You know what I'm saying? Also, I wound. I will wound, but I can heal. So you can look at me on all these different areas of looking at. Now, if I did something to you, I can reverse that. I can change that. So we looked at him in a different manner. We had the fear of the fact that you kill, you wound, but also I make alive and I heal. Y'all got it? And I'll let you know, it's nobody can deliver out of my hands. So you start thinking of who, your uncle or your cousin, or whoever it might be, or your dad, whoever it is, nobody can deliver out of my hands. Because he wanted to show himself to be superior. The only fact is to tell you he was Al Shaddai. It's to tell I'm the most powerful. When we looked at our people and when the people, the Aborigine people, when they kept animals, we talked about that. The animals they kept, they didn't keep elephants and they didn't keep giraffes. They kept a bakar, what they call the olive, the ox. They kept the sheep. They kept the ram, the goats, the different things they had. This was the most versatile, the strongest, powerful animal they had was the olive. So when we look at him as being Elohim, because he dealt with man on what do you know? What do you keep? What do you know about the versatility of this animal? This animal here can do the same. This animal can wound, it can defend, it can protect, it can lead, it can teach. This animal can do all, because you look at one that leads the herd and they follow. He said, so you understand me. He had to give us all these different things in creation just so you'll have an idea of the massive abilities he got. He couldn't tell it all. Think about it. Everything in the world in itself plays a part of identifying him. That's why he made it. But when man go, everything we get, we destroy it, we tear it down. That's all we know how to do is destroy and tear things down. Getting an understanding has been so important for us, and understanding him. A lot of this stuff could be recovered. Why would he tell her that if my people which are called by my name humble themselves and palau, pray, ask, and seek my face, my pani, turn from their rosha dara, their evil way. He said, then I'll shama from shamayim. I'll forgive their kataim, their sin. I'll heal their rights. I'll heal the land. He said, I'll heal it. He said, I'm the one allowed it to get this way because of the actions of the people. So we're dealing with somebody, people look at the world so far gone, the world is just gone, the world, and that's true, but there ain't no way he can't recover. It's just, man just say, give up. Let's just give up. We done already turned our kids over to, you know what still scares me? I just never thought in my life I would live in a world, as bad as it been, where homosexuals decide their gender. And kids can be taught, and you got to be read a book by somebody. Why you just can't read the book? Why we got to deal with you being a transgender? Why has this got to be the gender? You got to be gay to read the book. And you don't hear nowhere straight they read. How do we even get introduced to this stuff in the school? How we get here? Just showing you how far we've gone in churches, religion, synagogue, mosques, churches, non-denomination. Everybody done fell out the wagon. Everybody afraid to cross. Everybody afraid to cross the line. That's why we won't fix nothing. Everybody afraid to cross the line and say, no, I'm not standing for it. It ain't happening. It's crazy. How do we get to a day, we're in the worst economy we ever seen, and we discussing a sex change for a kid? Who paying for this? Worst thing I've seen in my life. This is where we at. It's the worst thing I've seen in my life. And parents are good with, parents are still dropping their kids off to these socially institutions and say, hey, take my kid. And whatever sex did it be, you tell them. You make them one. Whatever assignment he gave you at birth, that's what you down with him. I don't care what government program they come with. They can't sell it him. We ain't buying it. A boy is a boy and a girl is a girl. We ain't going to play no pronoun. You're a boy. Growing to be a man, you're a girl. You growing to be a woman. You can't be nothing else him. That's crazy. That's crazy. That man have moved so far away from this man and what he established that we actually came up with questioning that there could have been two men in the garden. You bring me two men, lock them up somewhere, and don't let them out till they come out with a baby. That's it. Lock them up so you can't come out till you come out with a baby. Start. Go. Lock the door. I don't want to see it. You know, I don't talk about, don't be crying like no baby in there. I don't want to hear it either. It better be a baby. All they're going to get is a turd. 1, 2, turd. That's all they get. You ain't getting no, you can't create no baby. 2 women gum fighting. You can't create no baby. Ain't no teeth. Stop it. It's crazy. The world is it's scary that we've gotten to that point and it's only getting worse. But we're trying to get back to what he established. Come on, finish this up. So I know. And through
the Nakum.
The Nakum. Nakum. So consolation of
the Ketubim.
Other writings.
We might have Tikva.
Might have a cord attachment. Let's look at something right quick. See if that right quick. See if that's I think that's Beth, which was second Beth. Dabari Hayamin. They'll call it Second Chronicles. See if that's 25:1. Is somebody on the bill? I heard something going. I said, what the? I know you're coming back. I ain't gonna have no little bitty feet. I heard some. I like them some small feet, ain't it? Beth, Dabari, which is the matter of the day. Dabari, Hayamin. See that, 25:1. Let's say that's what I want. Let's say that's what I want. Listen.
Amatyahu was 25 Shanim old.
Okay. So Amatyahu, which means the truth. Yahuwah is the truth.
That's right.
And that's who we
Yes,
give a name
sir.
like Yahuwah is the truth.
Yes, sir.
Amat is the word for the truth. So Yahuwah is the truth. We believe that. He told us, he said, I am the way, the truth, and the light.
Yes, sir.
Which is the or. Isn't that amazing? See, these people had names that meant something. Now our name don't mean Jerry. What that mean? That means you forgot to put the B there for berry. I mean, what did Jerry mean? Ralph. I said, what does it mean? Think about it. The way things were done, and their names were given to Shem, the names were given to them. That was a characteristic that you were looking for them to perform, which makes sense why you would name them later. Like what we do, Trish American. We'll name a baby as soon as it pop out. We got the name before you came. They wouldn't have done it. That's why you waited. Until I can really watch you, I can't really give you a name. Except for Yahushua, his name was given because he was actually going to fulfill that attribute. They gave it to him on the 8th day, but his name had already been given by the Malachim, what they call the angels. They already gave him a name. They said, you're going to bring forth the son. You should call his name Yahushua because he was going to save his people. That's what his name is, Sabbath. He saves. So it made sense for him to have a name. But everybody else, typically, you would watch them before you gave them the name. I need to first see what you do. I'm going to name your name Amat, which is the truth. And then you're a lying infant. you're a lying infant? Let me change your name. We'll get them and we'll run through book name, but for them, a lot of times it makes sense to wait because you were watching to see characteristics.
Right.
Look at him. When did we name Yahuwah? When I said we named it, when did we get the name? We didn't get the name until later. When they was in Mizraim, they called Egypt. Yeah. They want to know what was his name.
That's right.
Which means they knew what?
Character.
They knew character. We don't look at character. We just give you a name before you come out. Your name gonna be Runner, and you slow as molasses. You know what I'm saying? But we done named you Runner. We done jumped out so fast. Your name Runner. You see what I'm saying? So Amat Yahu was 25 years old when he became Malak. They put King Amalek is an emperor, and
he reigned.
How long?
29 Shanim.
Where?
In Jerusalem.
See, everything identifies to let you know. When you look at the book, they'll call it Chronicle. We don't use that title Chronicle because it's Greek. It deals with Chronos. Chronos is a Greek god of time. So a lot of times they beat you up in writings because they give you stuff and you don't realize people are playing with you when they're writing. Chronicles, you break it down as Chronos is actually a Greek word meaning. That's why they tell you, boy, when you having fun,
Time flies.
Which is a lie. You ever seen a clock with wings on it?
No.
Because it's a Greek god. So that's why we used to go back to the name he gave it. The name was Dabari Ha-Yamin, which means the matter of the days. That's why we go back, because we want to know what matters. Now, if you're going back through the matters of the day, this is something you need to know. You need to know Amat Yahu, how old was he? He was 25. And what happened? That's when he began to be a reign. That's when he began to be the Malak. And how long did he reign? Well, he reigned for 29 years. Where? In Jerusalem. What was his aim name? His mother's name was?
Yahuwah.
So now, when we look at it, and the reason why they tell of where?
Jerusalem.
Of Jerusalem. Now, what's important and why you need to know this, because this is going to be a timeline you need to keep up with because it's going to refer back to Yahushua. Because we can't tie him to his father, Yosef. Because Yosef was not his biological father. Who are we going to use? His mother. That's why we look at, so if we were going to use his mother to tie him back to Daoud, we're going to say, how did you do that? See that? You can't just jump and do your own thing. But since we go back and look in the matter of the days, guess what happened? We start out, we didn't even find out who his daddy was. It told you who his mother was. His mother tied back to who? Daoud, who they call David. That's going to be important because Yahushua is going to be, they're going to be calling him the Ben of Daoud. So it's important, but you can't, they're going to say, okay, well, Joseph wasn't his dad. How did you tie him back to Daoud? We did it from his mother. The same way here. That's why we read, whatsoever written aforetime, we can see, you can hear it. Y'all see that? This is limiting to teach you. Y'all got it and told you about his mother. Now let's see what has happened. And he did what?
Yeshua in the of Yahuwah.
Y'all said Yeshua, he did what was right. Or they might look at, like Yeshua, like upright. And he did that, he did right and well.
In the of Yahuwah.
So the sight. What do we know about the sight? Well, with the eye, I can take appearance. I can see appearance. My eye, I can learn from watching. Put your arm around her. Why you had to look at her first? That's your wife. You don't put your arm around. Don't even worry about it. You want his arm, he got to look at you first. We can't use your care. Come put a check on the board. That man had to look, he looked like, put my arm around her. Yeah, around her. Now put a check on the board. I'm sorry, y'all. This man that got out of line. He got to put his name on the board. Man got so many checks up down. If you could cash them things, you'll be a billionaire. Here you go. Thank you. You knew you were getting a check tonight. I don't know how. You get them pretty regular. So now the purpose is, and again, while we look at Romans 15:4, and I usually start that for our foundation, because anytime you're building, you need a foundation. You need to see patterns. When you start believing something, you can't just say, well, I read, I believe. I need a pattern. I can't just run off, because as a Christian, when I learned the way as a Christian, they just taught you don't question God. Which wasn't questioning. I just don't understand something. They made it like you finna burn and go in hell because you questioning God. I don't understand something. They ain't questioning. I don't know. I'm trying to see the logic in what you're saying, because it's saying he this son, but then we got a mother, and that's not actually his father. So we got issues when you think about it. Just constantly thinking, it makes sense to question. So now I need to go back to look at a pattern. How are we attaching him all the way back to Abraham and all the way back to Adam without going, we're not using his father, but now we're going through his mother. But now we're starting to see where they're aligning all these new Malaks, the Malaks of Yehuda, which is what tribe he came from, Matah. He came from Yehuda. So when we see this, it's not Yasharal, and this also lets us know he's giving us a timeline about Yasharal, about Yehuda right now, and not by Yasharal. All right? So let's see what, so now this is what he did. He did right in the sight, which is the appearance, knowledge, and knowing. Yahuwah knew, could see in appearance that this man was doing right. What happened?
Only not with the whole law.
So what we're going to do, so if he was doing what was right, what was he following? Torah. Why are we looking at his heart? What his heart got to do with it? See, you can't win with y'all. Which one you want? You want my heart, or you want me to do what's right? He told you this for a reason. Let's see what happened.
Now it came to pass.
What happened?
When the Malkuth was secured to him.
See that? When he looked at, I ain't got to, listen, I've defended it, it's mine. I got it. What happened?
That he killed his Abadim, who had slain his Abba, the Malak.
Is that wrong? No, that's that eye for eye, tooth for tooth, hand for hand, foot for foot. That's Torah. That's why the book telling you this is law. How would he be wrong? He just told you. If you were sitting here thinking about he was wrong, that wouldn't make sense. He just told you he did what was right. So why y'all looking for wrong? I just told you he did what was right, but he let you know, I'm going to show you the righteousness of man, keeping the law, and I'm going to show you the Sadiq of Elohim. Now the man done did what was right. They killed his daddy. Why wouldn't he kill him? Mm-hmm. Listen.
But he did not put.
That but mean rather, but he did not do what?
Put their beneath to move.
How many raise your hand? You see that error? That's error. It's telling you, but rather he didn't put their son to death. Nobody don't see this as right. Nobody don't see this as wrong. I mean, what's right about this? Hands? No hands? Y'all want to know what's right about what he just did? Your Torah taught you that. He said that the son shouldn't be put to death for the father. He said every man should die for his own sin. Mm-hmm. So let me get this straight. If I kill his father, he killed me, there's no reason to go there. Also has nothing to do with that. Y'all have absolutely nothing to do with this. So he would be doing what was right if he killed me if I killed his father. Mm-hmm. He would be doing wrong if he killed me if I killed his father and killed Bryson Austin. That's why he's telling you he did what was right. But he's going to let you, and he also telling you, he killed the men that killed his father. That's right. Guess what he didn't do? I didn't kill their sons, because their sons had nothing to do with this. This was a matter that the fathers did, and I paid back the fathers. Mm-hmm. So this is all right. Listen.
But did as it is katab in the Torah.
See that? He's letting you know. It almost looked like he did wrong when it said but rather, didn't it? No, he's letting you know. He did what was written. What happened?
In the scroll of Mushah.
What did it say?
Which Yahuwah Omar saying, our both shall not be put to move for Beni.
See that? He said the father shouldn't be killed for the son. That don't make sense. Bryson Austin go out here and they go murder some people. Where's my country? We got to kill you. I'm like, for what? Well, your son's killed. Well, if that's the case, that's a lot. You need to kill them. Why would I be put to that? I have nothing to do with that. To show you when Simeon and Louis, who they'll call Levi and Louis, when they went and they killed shook them, they killed a whole camp because they raped the daughter, Dinah, raped their sister. They came, they killed them. He let them know, you done brought shame up on me. He let them know, you done brought that up on me. You done make me, people looking at me behind this. That's what your cult were mad with them about. He like, now people gonna be looking at me because of what you guys done. And you know what? He wasn't put to death either. So they would come back, look what was right. He said, I had nothing to do with that. Come on, what happened?
Nor Beni put to moot for Abod.
See that? Neither shall a son be put to death for his father, but who?
Every Ish shall be put to moot for his own katar.
Whatever they done, you got to pay for it. Come on.
And Amasyahu assembled Yehuda and appointed them according to the bet of their Abod for captains of thousands and for commanders of hundreds throughout all Yehuda and Benjamin.
What happened?
And he numbered them from 20 shanim old and upward and found them to be 300,000 choice anashim.
Doing what?
Able to go to war.
Even with 20 years old, that's when we started looking at, we acquired them as a man at 20. Now they moved it up. People don't realize they used to count you grown at 20 in America. They used to. Now they moved it to 21. But see, they understood everybody 20 years of age. That's all he doing. This is all Torah. Come on.
Able to go to war and handle spear and shield. And he hired 100,000 mighty anashim of valor.
Oh, wow.
Out of Yasharal.
Out of Yasharal,
for 100 talents of silver.
What happened?
But a Ish of the Elohim came to him saying,
what did he say?
O Malak.
Do what?
Not let the Saboth of Yasharal go with you.
Saboth is the army. That's right. He said, don't let the army of Yasharal go with you. Tell him why.
For Yahuwah is not with Yasharal.
Right, with who?
With all the Beni of Apharim.
See that? Apharim is who ruled over Yasharal. Apharim means fruitful. That's how we know he ain't got rid of Yasharal. It's a fight now. Yehuda and Yasharal a fight, and it'll be a argument between the different Matar because people look at he cut them off and he favored Yehuda. Got it? And not realizing he never intended to cut off Yasharal. To prove it, he put Apharim over him. Apharim means fruitful. So if I was going to kill them out, why would I make them fruitful? See, that's why he told you, Elohim hadn't cast away people before knew. See, the people that think he did don't understand how am I planning on cutting off everybody and I named them fruitful? I put somebody over them, his name is fruitful, not fruity.
Right.
If any gay listen, not fruity, fruitful, and then he gonna continue to flourish. You got what I'm saying? So you can understand how when it looked like things are happening to it, that's why it was important to pay attention to names, the Shem, and understand the meaning. How was I planning on getting rid of Yasharal, cutting them off, when I put a man over them whose name was fruitful? That shows you already, I never planned on casting them away. He said, I never cast away the people I foreknew. I never intended to do that. That's right. See, that's why he let them know, with all the Beni Apharim. Listen what happened.
But if you do go.
Hold on, they moved up at 27, that's 8. Listen.
But if you do go.
Do what?
Do it.
And do what?
Be strong for the battle.
Why?
Yet the Elohim shall bring you down before the enemy.
Listen.
For Elohim has power to help.
And to do what?
Bring down.
Listen.
Amasyahu said to the Ish of.
Verse 9. Listen. Amasyahu
said to the Ish of the Elohim. But what shall we do for the 100 talents which I have given to the troops of Yasharal? And the Ish of Elohim answered, Yahuwah has much more to give you than this.
That's what we mess up at. See, that way, now guess what we just found out where a problem came in at? It's with his goods. See what he brought up? Is what we looked at. What I'm going to do with all that I invested. I just paid $100,000. You telling me just let it go and not to do it? Because now I need to try your heart. You think that man, listen, we're reading behind the actions. You think while he walking, they were writing it while he was doing it?
No.
These came up after the effect to let you know, oh, he was doing what was right, but his heart wasn't. And I'm going to show you what he was doing right. He was doing what the Torah told him. But when you start getting tested and tried on some other thing, you find out you come up short on other end. Because now I just found with your defect that it's the chink in your armor. Your money is an issue. When you put your money out behind something, you ain't letting that go. That's a hard thing for you to let go of. But how else are you gonna know it unless this situation happens? So if some people say, well, see, now that came up and that just tore him down and killed him. No, this is your operation, give you opportunity to see where you're at. People don't look at that. When situations happen, this is an opportunity to see where I'm at. So this was written for, what was it written for? For our learning. So we can go through with what? And pay endurance. So guess what? I get a situation, I done put $100,000 in it. I said, man, that's everything I got in that thing. I can't let this go. I got to reflect back on the teaching. We had a man do that before. And he let me know. And I'm saying, I keep Shabbat. I keep the dietary law. I keep all, that's right. But your heart ain't right. Because now they come down your heart and that money, this your situation. It don't have to be that. It be your heart and your wife, your heart and your kid, your heart and your grandkid, your heart and your mother. Every one of us, you always got to be checked. This a constant. Because things grow. And when things grow, they'll fester. So you always got to be challenged to know where you at, what you'll walk away from, what you'll let go for your salvation, your soul. That's something a lot of people don't consider. Let's see what happened. Now I'll let y'all go. Get ready to go. Come on. 10.
And the Masyahu badal them.
See, he separated them, badal. That's what he looked at. Y'all got to go. But listen, did he just let them go because he told him to let him go? Why he let him go? That makes sense? Give me all the money out your pocket. And what drugs are you on right now? That makes absolute no. See, people just, see, the Lord tell me I just be doing something. Why would that man finna just let that go? I just gave them people $100,000. I'm not finna let no $100,000 go. That's crazy. He said, you are able to do more than that. This is going to be based off of what you've been told. It's going to be based off of pattern of behavior. I've either seen him do it, I've seen the workings of that. People, that makes no sense. Why would I just do that because you told me to do it? See, people tell you to do stuff that's not practical. This man will only do it because you have to have something you can reference. That's the purpose of why you got the writings. I got to be able to reference that. Abraham gave up his only seed. He said, through him, I'm going to make it like the cook of bean. I'm going to expand the small you got. I want you to offer them up, willing to let it go, and look what I'm going to give you. Of course, the man, look, I'm a descendant of Abraham. Yahuwah has done what he said. The existing one has done what he said. If he's giving me word to let it go, and he's going to do more than what I gave up, then that's what I'm going to hold to. Let me tell you something. The writing told us starting off that this man did what was right, but not with what?
Hold on.
There's no way he could have saw his heart. No way he could have saw it. He had to show it to him. Now you got something you can wrestle with. Now you got to make a decision. Is it worth it? A lot of stuff we do, we don't think about, is it worth it? Think about this. People really don't think about this. Dying is the most realistic thing we're going to do. Living and dying. Owning things come and go. Everybody done owns. How many of y'all done own something before you don't have it no more? So that come and go. How many of y'all done lived before and died? See that? That'd be the most realistic side of thing we ever do in our life. You living, that's real. You gonna die, that's real. So a lot of times we really gotta get things put to a point to us to where it's realistic for us enough that I'll do it. And it won't be something I'll do and I'll regret it, or I'm constantly saying, I don't think I should have did it. I don't feel like I should have did it. Because then you still not where you need to be with it. Because when this thing comes, you got to know it. That's the purpose being taught. Nobody just jumped up and did something. He would have only done this because I know I have a relationship. He came to try me, to show me something about myself. Because where my heart was, I was more into my money and where I put my money at. And I felt like I was right. So things come to show you. When we heard that his heart wasn't right, he didn't know it no more than we did till you find it out and you read it. Situation come to show us where we at. You will assume you somewhere you don't know until. Let's see what he say happened. And Yahoo separated them, the who?
Troops which came to him from Apharim.
To do what?
To go to their own Malkum.
So that what?
anger burned mightily against Yehuda,
And they did what?
returned to their Malkum in fierce anger.
Guess what? You just got to be mad. That's all I can tell you. You just got to be mad at the end of the day. When they come down to what that man tell to do for our salvation, that got to supersede anything else. Let me tell you something. It don't matter about how you feel, what you thinking. It's about when this man give our orders on what we got to do, they got to ride everything. We pretty much ride off of, we pretty much move off of our emotions and our comfort levels. And those are things that hinder us a lot of time, because what's make you comfortable ain't what make you saved. I'm just being honest. What make you comfortable ain't what make you saved. What make you saved gonna make you very uncomfortable. That's just being honest. There's no way to be comfortable. No more than he was comfortable up on that tube. But you ain't gonna believe it, but it saved us. It saved us though, didn't it? So that let you know what make you think you're gonna be comfortable. They're gonna put you at some losses. They didn't tell us yet he got the money back. He just told me who are able to give you more. And this is how we look. Well, I ain't worried about that because I know I got 200,000 coming now. He never told you that. What if he what if he let me keep my life? I was gonna take your life had you kept going. So when you think about it, how we typically measure stuff, he gonna give me more than that. I'm looking at money. I gave up money. Why would I look for money for the reward? What if I give you more money, but I strike your health? Now you got to take all the money I gave you to use it to try to recover your health and still don't get it. So did that profit you? So start looking at everything we get from him as a monetary. But yes, we need money. I'm not telling people money ain't wrong. It's just the fact that a lot of times we seek that as approval. If I got a lot of money, I got a lot of things, that means he with me. That means he working in my life. He could actually be setting you up, and it be for your fall. Listen, the book declares in writing that whatsoever good thing any man sow, he said the same he gonna reap. You don't have to be saved. Like a lot of times people see people that say, oh, them sinners got it. True in action. But at the same time, some of those people got things because they did some good things. He said, listen, he look at, if a person do right, I'm gonna pay for what's right. I ain't say I was gonna save you. So he can give you things. That don't mean that a lot of people equate their things for salvation. Because Yahushua should have never been saved because he didn't have nothing. There's no way he could make it in, right? He said, it's impossible. He said the birds of the air have nests. He said fox had a hole. He didn't have nowhere to lay his head, so surely he ain't saved. Correct? Right, incorrect. So how do we come up with associating ourselves with salvation? We got things. How we got it if people like us when he was hated. See, all that came in to show you a different look at things than how we saw it. We pretty much look at, if I wake up, the sun shining, it's a good day, he working in my life. He ain't working in your life if it's raining. Why would you serve somebody that can't work except if the sun come up? Because society pretty much dictate your behavior for salvation. You can't let them dictate it. You got to let the word dictate it. And when you look at it from a word relationship, then what people do don't matter as much. I'm not counting on people to give me no accolade. I'm not counting on people to look at me a certain way. I'm counting on him to look and him to give me favor. But that's going to be based upon my knowledge of him and my reaction toward what he mandate for me to do. All of those are going to be the key component on my salvation and him recognizing me. Y'all got it? That's two. Let's go. I appreciate y'all. Appreciate the word. Every opportunity chance for us to set to consider. See, we got us some visitor down. Y'all mind we get your name? Who else we got? Odie? Cody. All right, Cody and Anna. How you doing, sweetie? Doing all right? Good to meet y'all. How y'all find us?
Staying at the hotel.
Okay.
We're visiting for a night. And
you say you visiting for who?
Visiting for the night.
Okay.
And I saw Yeshua on the door, and I said,
whoa. I said, we got to check that out.
That's all right.
And I appreciate y'all letting us be here tonight.
We appreciate y'all coming in.
Just so happy to be here.
It.
So thank you all.
Well, definitely appreciate y'all coming to see us here. You got anything you want to say?
No, I'm good. Thank you.
Okay. She's more shy.
She's shy. I got you. We appreciate it. Give them a hand clap.
Thank you all.
half. We're gonna get ready so we can take up to our, we're gonna get ready so we can go here in a minute. Y'all all right? Appreciate the word. Sure wanna make sure we get this right. You put that up for me on the stage, please. Shaquille then, what happened to Shaquille? Good, hard working, honest. Still at work. China, Yoshi got a slaving like that. Another time she'd have been here too, wouldn't she? She'd have been here, ready to get them announcement, ushering to the ushering most high. And what happened? Yoshi took her down. What's our announcement, Yoshi? Whatever, you don't believe that, man.
Everybody's in there hard.
We'll harp them too. Appreciate everybody. Appreciate the most high. And all right, we appreciate it. Everybody, we get ready to stand so we get ready to pull out. Get ready to pray before we go. Appreciate the most high. Who else? Congratulations to all our graduates. Isn't that right? All our graduates. Appreciate all of them. Our kids. And some of them from kindergarten and first grade, going to first grade, middle school. Then we got high schoolers. We waiting on them to come. Danny, y'all what, next week? You into me? All right, you ready then, all right. That's all right. That's right. Danny be getting, what you get, 2 degrees? What you get, a degree and a high school diploma? No, that's 2 different. They don't give that in high school. Oh, they don't give you somewhere else? Oh, you got to go to the college to get that? Man, you doing it big time. They ain't want to get that when I was coming along. I was fighting to get that high school diploma. They want to keep it. I got it out of them, though. Isn't that right? We'll turn our face toward the east and we'll allow. Most High Kudash Abba, which is the separated Father. We say Hadu, which is thanks. All the Tudah, which is the thanksgiving to your Shem, which is your name, for sparing us and granting us this opportunity to be the Yakra upon your Shem, which is called upon your name. We Palau, in which we ask that you would Baraka, your Shamaim, and your Sabut, which we ask you to bestow a benefit or a gift upon the heights expansion where you dwell in your armies. Baraka, the Shem of Yahushua, HaMashiach, which is your salvation, the anointed one, whom you gave through Kai, through life, and through his Mut, through death, that you caused him to Kum, which is the resurrect from the Mut, from the dead, and through his Dam, which is his blood, you blotted out all of our Kataim and our Ma'al, which are our sins and our transgression, which are many. We Palau, in which we ask that you forgive us for any thoughts, any ideas or action we portrayed or demonstrate that goes contrary to your Kudash will, which is your separated will. That you will make us other Kodashim, the separated one, make us Talmim complete, and make us joint heirs with the Mashiach, that's with the anointed one. Baraka us, which bestow a gift or a benefit upon us, according to the Barifu Shabbat, which is the covenant you vowed to Abraham, Yatsakab, Yaakov, the Yahudim, to Yasharal, and their Tuladah, which are their generations, even unto us, and to our Tuladah, which are our generation, that you would establish us in the Amat, which is the truth. Without you, we are nothing. We confess that we went contrary to you, and you went contrary to us. Baraka, the out-of-towners, we bestow a gift, a benefit upon them and overseas to keep them. Those we commit to you in Palau, in which we ask, that support your Dabarim, which are your words, in every Malkum, in every place. Be a healer to Sean Brown and keep him as well as so many others that seek you. Baraka, those in leadership and authority, which bestow a benefit or a gift upon those that sharp, that rule, that they'll execute your will. We Palau, in which we ask that you Baraka, the married, the single, the separated, the sick, the afflicted, behind prison walls, bereaved, disease, and pestilence. We Palau, in which we ask that you count us Amunah, that they call faithful, to escape the tribulation which is to come upon the whole alarm, which is upon their world. Be with those going through the devastation effects of nature as we consider ourselves again. Be a shelter to those that seek you. We Palau that you would lamed us, which is to teach and instruct and show us. Seal us with the Ruach HaKadosh, which is the spirit of separation unto the human redemption. Baraka, your Shalakim, which are your sent ones, your Ra'ah, your shepherds, and your Malakim, which are your messengers. That the Debar will go forth, which is the word with understanding, that it might persevere through and grant us that we might become an arm, which is a people, that you would establish us as a Gui, which is a nation, after your own law, which is after your heart. We Palau, in which we ask that you recover those gone astray and taken from it, even our individual mishpachah, which are our family, that you'll touch their laws before it's too late, their hearts, that they'll repent and acknowledge you in all things. When we've done all we can do here on this side, we palau, in which we ask for Beth in your Long Malkuth, which is in your eternal empire, where we can see your Pani, your face, and we can Tahalim your Shem better, which is praise your name. In the Shem of Yahushua, HaMashiach, we palau. Let us all say, Amen. Come home! Come home! Ahabia. Come on, kids. Come on. Come on, y'all ready? Come on, I'll get ready.
I'm going to middle school.
Oh, good to know, ain't it? Y'all ready? Huh? Before they speak, our folks ain't speaking. Ooh, that's sick folks. Y'all ready? I was saying, Joseph, we're going to beat him down anyway. Y'all ready?
Welcome back.
Come on, we got a new thing now. Come on, we'll beat you up next time. Y'all ready? Focus, book bag. Focus, book bag, and tape glasses. Y'all ready? All right, y'all got to get on. You been out sick. Y'all take it. Huh? Look at who? Oh, well. Y'all ready? Y'all ready? What you doing? We pushing them down. Y'all ready? Now we're going to do it the other way this time. We're going to knock them out next time. Y'all ready? Y'all ready? Let's go. Have the little children. Ooh, all the children of the congregation. Ooh, red and yellow, black and white. They are precious in His sight. Have the little children of the congregation. Woo! Come home, come home. I'll have you.